All right, here we go.
Well, I'm sitting here playing Wilderness.
Say hello, what internet?
Hello, Internet. I'm totally focused on this game. I'm playing other games.
I looked down and I saw a note that said, "To be used, the astute pelican and the shoebills guffaw." And I was like, "Oh right, I need to name ships those things."
Oh yeah.
So I need 2 more ships.
You have a bank. You need to liberate.
We'll get more. That's no problem.
Yeah, and if you ever need NPC names,
right?
I have.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I have several ships lists.
Send them my way so I can continue the eternal work.
They're pinned in the Discord.
At chronicling the NPCs of this game. It's fucking terrible. This is what I have. This is what I do. Every start of the game, I pull this list. Because who knows which of these people you will refer to.
Yeah, that is 5 nations of NPCs.
Yeah, because at some point somebody was like, hey, we haven't checked in with so-and-so in a while. I'm like, God fucking damn it, here it is. Here
also,
go look at the list.
Also, I'm always going to ask, to read them, so...
Yeah.
Have fun with that.
There's 6 years of fucking read data.
Last session was basically after the aftermath of the battle with the mustache, who is now gone.
The dead stash.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I put a rock in him.
Part of him lives on Rethel's bracers.
Yep, that's where he's gonna stay.
Who have changed color.
And okay, so
natural dyes.
It was basically cleanup and salvage. There was a little ceremony, I guess, for the lost crew member on the Belle Blanche.
Yeah, because you went and there was a hole in the ship, and there was about 1/5 of the cook left.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's just like a pair of legs.
I fixed that.
Yeah.
The bottom leg. Yeah.
Yeah.
You put the body back.
Yes.
Yeah. So it was kind of somber and emotional, and then there was rave at Jimena's place because that's how they deal with their feelings.
Yep. Jimena did. I've been to one of those. Jimena did through a proper Hispanic wake.
Yep.
I've been.
Yes.
I'm not gonna name names because we're live now, but I've been to one of those where one of our buddies lost his younger brother to like a heart condition. It was very sad. Mm-hmm. The service was unbelievably sad, and then we showed up.
I thought you were gonna say unbelievably Catholic.
Well,
because
that too.
I feel like that's a synonym for that.
Yeah, we showed up at one of the uncle's house, and then everybody started fucking drinking, and before we knew it, everybody was fucking drunk as shit. I was with one of my buddies, and we're trying to figure out playing Billie Jean on the piano. Another one of my buddies fell asleep in the fucking bathroom. Yes. And at some point I was like, I'm sorry, my dude, but I gotta take a piss. This is gonna happen.
You just slowly close the curtain. Well, you'd be like, don't come out.
He was on the floor, and I was like, now we're sharing this moment forever because Well,
yeah, that's when you put the hand towel over his head.
Yeah.
And just it's a privacy screen.
I'm not pissing my pants at your uncle's house. Like, this is not happening.
Or you get in the shower and close the curtain.
Yeah, it's true.
There's solutions.
True. There were options.
It worked out anyway. He didn't remember anything.
We're humans. We use tools. So
yeah, there was a big Mexican family that lived a little bit down the street from us at our last house, at the one in San Jose. And there was one day where they came around. And they were like, "Hey, just so you know, we're having a party tonight. Like, it might get kind of loud. Just letting the neighbors know." And we were like, "Oh, that's very nice of you." We're like, "Oh, it's cool. Like, thank you for letting us know." Like, yeah. Like, my nephew died. And we were like, oh shit. Like,
what are we celebrating?
Yeah.
His life. Oh.
Yeah, basically, they had mariachis. They had the whole thing.
Yeah, no, yeah.
And it was like, and we were like, both of us were like, we don't know how to feel because at the one hand, we're like, that's really sad. I'm really sorry that, your family member died. But also, like, that party sounds off the chain.
Yeah.
Like, I want to go. It's like, can we crash your memorial party?
It's like, can we bring some cervezas?
Yeah,
like we feel,
You got to party loud enough to wake up the dead, right?
It's like, are you ready for some condolences?
Fucking police doing breakdancing. It's like, oh shit. Father doing the worm.
Padre.
Yeah.
So I guess, so there was priests doing breakdancing at Jimenez's place.
That's right. We're in the middle of a recap.
And then that's fine. And then Evine got like a letter, I think. She got someone somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
And then she met that Archibald Cross guy. The guy who, when I heard his name, I thought that guy's some sort of bishy villain, right?
Yeah.
But you think he's not, though.
Nah, he is. Just maybe not in our game.
Yes.
And so they were talking about an attempt in Cardinal Fatima's
Did you
life.
mention
Again?
what was in Evine's? Did you
Let me
mention
see.
what was in Evine's letter
I don't
in your
know.
notes?
It was like an.
Were people coming?
It was like a.
Yeah, basically Evine is like a. Well,
Oh, there, I was getting to that. It was the next paragraph.
Oh.
gotcha.
Okay.
I just wanted to know if
she
you
got,
had the notes.
She got a letter from Archibald. It had the seal of the Queen of Avalon and her chief knight, Sir Lawrence of... I don't know how to say that.
Lawrence Lug.
Because too many letters that aren't pronounced like they're written.
Because he's British, but it's also French.
Okay, so...
Because it's
Because
old.
Europe.
It's like Celtic English.
Ah.
which
The letter,
is-
the letter says, Dean Evine, thank you for the difficult work you continue to do in supporting our new allies in Odisseo. My fleet arrives shortly with instruction to take orders from my knights in the, I hope, soon-to-be free Republic of Odisseo. Make use of this resource to the best of your abilities. When you are done with these important tasks, I would love to see you. The blah blah blah. Okay. Man, I think I typed that as you were writing it. Anyway.
Wow. Does the queen not know that you can't see her? Ba-ba-da-ba.
Yep.
You're welcome.
Evine Cena.
Okay, and then they were drinking for a while because I guess that's what people do when they.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. They drank slowly, quietly in each other's presence, which is very
Yeah.
sexually charged.
I mean, I'm not sure if it
Evine
was
is
or
Inish,
not, but
so-
it was definitely.
Yeah,
There's probably a lot of noise.
Well,
Meanwhile,
no,
I was
absolutely.
just
There's the troubadours playing
Yeah.
at the pub, but the two people at the table dead silent.
Yep.
Sorry, what was
There's like
Marlena
an
doing?
older guy with like a little chain bracelet and a leather jacket that's just like there drinking at the end of the bar. It's Uncle Michael.
Oh my god. Okay, so I wasn't really doing anything actually. I basically used up a lot of my energy in the last battle, so I was mostly just resting.
Yeah, well, a lot of us were recovering.
Oh, I was delirious too because I think
You went
the
hard.
city.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Wethel was having fun with ships because it's also what he does.
In the side game.
So I guess trying to build a ship that will hold that Cernith cannon, and you were taking 2 hulls from other ships to like you were making a Franken ship.
No, we made a dredge to lift it and then transport it. We're right now it's not going to be a mobile weapons platform. We're gonna make it a stationary.
Rethel is trying to build like an A10
Rethel
as a ship. He's
Rethel
like,
is
I got this
playing-
cannon. Let's build a ship
Rethel's
around
playing
it."
3 other games. None of them are an RPG.
Probably not.
Some of them are RTSs. Some of them are zone defense or like tower defense.
You're just playing a 4X the whole time.
Rethel is playing blues.
Yeah.
Alright, and then Jenny is staying away from the sea because ew.
It tried to take me.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah, that was tight.
after 6 years of game.
And Marcus was like, sword, surfboard.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, that's true.
After 6 years of game, Genya was like,
Finally hit the
maybe I'll
water.
risk it. And then you rolled. It was like,
Meant the fucking whammies on that
That's what I
one.
forgot was dice.
I was
Yeah,
like,
the dice actually fit with your
What
backstory.
is a...
it's like, never mind. Your godly nemesis was like, oh hey,
I've been waiting
You
for
don't want to meet
6
that
years.
guy.
She fucking
He
met
gonna
him.
take all your money.
it's been decades I've been watching.
Oh my goodness. Yes, Jenna's thing was mostly talking to Ricardo's family.
Yes.
Siblings.
Making sure the siblings don't end up on the wrong side so I don't have to kill them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because
I was like, are we gonna have to don't you dare finish that fucking sentence because it's not gonna happen.
War was coming for the longest time. War is here now. Like the delegation was supposedly here for a wedding and they got fucking decimated. So now it's an act of war. At this point, there's
Well, they shouldn't have brought their freaky god cannon then.
Just saying.
Yeah, it made us feel weird.
and a mustache.
I still love the fact
And
that
a bunch of
that
season
Rethel was
production.
like, I have umbrage with this one dude on this one ship,
Oh, yeah.
and the rest of y'all were like, oh, it's a battle then, right? And
You fuck with our guy.
that ain't on me.
This is my mask now. I'm taking this.
This is mine.
Like, we don't do just one guy, okay? We have
He was
murder
like, oh, I guess
parties
we'll fucking have
and we
these ships,
destroy
so.
ships, okay? It's how we do things.
They were all coming in hot. That's my land now.
After a bit, they were really coming in hot because she was setting up fires left and right.
They came with their grody ass cannon. They were coming in hot,
And you know,
and I can't have that.
and you know when they shot that cannon? After we attacked every single fucking ship.
Hey! Still shouldn't have brought that fucking cannon.
Fair.
That in and of itself was an act of
That's like,
aggression.
oh, you shouldn't have been doing something.
just
Just
really
because
wrong.
I didn't know it was there at the time.
Not even because
Yeah.
I told it
Well,
bad, but I mean,
Yeah,
she's
let's
mad.
They shot
yeah.
the cannon and then they shot La Belle and Blanche, which is like probably
No, 100%.
the worst move they could have made.
But why did they start shooting? And you know, to be fair, I started it,
Yeah.
but I started it in a particular direction, and then everything else I take no responsibility for.
This was
We're adults.
tensions at this border were already high.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
only a matter of time because before somebody spat and it was gonna start some
Bit
shit.
their thumb in the wrong
We
direction.
have 0 people in this party who do stealth. Come on.
Right.
Am I the
Yeah.
closest person
No,
who could?
yeah,
Maybe.
yeah, because
No,
we don't count it.
You do because you forget. See,
It worked.
Amanda, I'm so happy you're playing this character. It works in real life too.
Oh no!
It's fucking amazing. Like the curse extends
No,
to the
legit, like that.
players.
You're just so good at it. I just forgot. Okay.
When you're
Anyway.
old and sitting on your porch and like reminiscing over your adventures, and you're like, wasn't there like one more person?
Wasn't there weren't there arrows appearing randomly?
You're like recounting
And a-
like a night where you were drinking at a bar, and
And
you're
a
like,
cat.
we're listening to this very genteel.
Who had the cat?
Who
I hated that cat.
Don't you remember
who
speaking
was
in
singing
the
that
shadow?
song? It was a really good song.
Yeah. So it was an Innish song, so it wasn't me and it wasn't you.
And
and
it wasn't.
Yeah.
No.
No. Fuck.
And then
Was
you
it-
will
was it
pop out and be
Roberto?
like, it was me, guys. Like, oh shit.
Who the fuck are you?
Looking exactly the same.
Yeah.
You backing away slowly.
Fucking fake bullshit.
Well, now we're just gonna legit be afraid of black cats, but not even know why.
I mean, Elaine's for those living outside of Avalon, like Elaine's knights may or may not be living forever. You don't know. Like that lady has the growl, so who knows?
No one's
As long as she
enough to
doesn't-
figure it out.
That's tight.
As long as she doesn't marry, that's
Ah.
that's the condition of her holding the growl.
Oh,
Which is why ruin is on the horizon, because
no error.
Lawrence Lug may or may not be sort of Lancelot, and
Oh, damn! Don't put your
he
biscuit in
he
there.
has a little bit of the hots first.
Well, hey, no, they didn't say anything about biscuits. They were just talking about not being married
Oh,
They
that's
both,
true.
they both,
because rule lawyers.
yeah, exactly.
That's true.
And it's
I mean,
it's,
they-
it's face shit, so wording matters.
Yeah.
Okay, but what
It's
do
a-
they count as marriage?
I mean,
Well-
they still call Queen Elizabeth the Virgin Queen.
Yeah.
Just because she never got married.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all know she was.
Yeah, she was hella active.
She had
It
hoes
wasn't-
in different area
Good for her.
It wasn't just the makeup that was giving her the syphilitic
Yeah.
No,
shit.
it wasn't the food.
Yeah.
It was-
It was more than makeup, just saying.
Slice off some of that Sir Francis bacon.
Yo.
sizzling bacon.
Yo.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay. Alright, so eventually.
More like So France Riz, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
So eventually I woke up.
We got there.
And then I trained with the witches because I'm trying to get them to link with me so that we could all get our minds fucked up by the
Fate
city.
Fate chain.
But I mean, like, seriously though, I need some help mitigating that shit, because that is some
You're
drugs.
You're using your coven as extra batteries. So
Whatever.
You're trying to get
It's called delegating.
you're trying to mech drift with 6 other brains and the city.
like a piece of quality butter, you're trying to pass the trauma all around the entire surface.
No, that's
not
you
just in
do
one
it
spot.
safely. Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
You get a trauma, and you get a trauma.
Everybody gets a trauma.
The worst opera.
It's
I don't understand what trauma is.
That's nice.
That's the best kind.
That's right.
That's the high quality stuff right there.
Yes, because you are the one causing it.
Genius perfect
Yes, and
defense is not understanding trauma.
Yeah.
Your side quest is done, so you're
You
fine.
inflict all the trauma you want on me.
It just
Nah.
deflects all around you.
Nope.
Meanwhile, your husband is very Castilian.
He
so
is-
He's
he is the-
slowly.
He's got all the trauma for both
Yeah.
of you.
Yeah.
You're walking through life like completely fine, and he's slowly turning into a mummy.
Actually, that's not true. Jenny has a lot of trauma. It's around her sister.
Oh yeah,
we-
It's around Ricardo.
Yeah.
And now about the ocean.
But then you got to tear a primeval beast with your bare hands, so that's sort of
That helped that.
That had to be therapeutic
Yeah.
to some extent.
Sure.
Yes.
Oh, the last bit. We got a letter at the house. It has the seal of the Grande on it, and it says that she requests her presence immediately.
Oh right.
Oh, that's right.
So that's what we're doing.
That's where we
Gonna round up
ended
the crew.
on cliffhangers.
We're in trouble. We gotta
2
go to
decades
the principal's office. Last time.
And I feel like I
on
just woke up.
Dragon
and,
Ball
like,
Z.
I was basically spying on everyone while Joey was doing this practice run.
Last time on Dragon Ball Z, Rethold and Magnus are still yelling at each other in the backyard. They have, for
But
several
shirtless,
days. Yeah,
I mean, that's normal.
and they keep getting closer.
yeah.
Their mouths keep getting closer.
Magnus is flexing. He's trying to flex his pants off because he will not take them off. He wants to flex them off.
Or have someone else take them off.
Either way, he didn't use his hands.
They're in a
Right.
standoff.
Yeah.
It's just looking like an episode of JoJo outside.
Yeah. basically.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. No, that's
get more and more
that's the
strange
that's the
and
fucking
complex.
Ison out there with their swords. It's like new form,
Yep.
different form. Ooh, do.
Yep. These cutouts in my clothes is so I move better.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Okay, like, this might be kind of a side thing, but I was
What
looking at
in this at this table?
How
Sorry,
dare.
I was looking at some art from
this
Gideon
economy?
of Gideon Jura from
Oh, God.
Magic, and I was like, what is up with this? Like, there's like these side cutouts on his outfit. I'm like, really? So it's just like he's got his like sexy man handles just like
Hey.
showing. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is not
Are you
armor.
surprised?
It's for ventilation.
There's a
I mean,
lot of artists.
It's hot out there in Outlaw Junction.
I mean, I
It's,
actually really appreciated the like, you know, okay,
It's a
we've got
beefcake.
ridiculous
Yeah,
like
good.
outfits for men too. Good. But
Yeah, hell yeah.
I was looking at magic cards in the shower because I had my phone out. It's just like, what is this?
So
Wow.
Amanda has.
on their phone,
Yes.
not playing with magic cards in the shower.
No, I was.
If you double sleeve them.
I will point out because if you know my spouse,
I mean,
Both-
Amanda's
both could
shower
happen.
curtain has pockets for your phone, for your iPad, for whatever.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
while you're in
So
the
it's safe
shower,
on the
you
other
slide
side.
it into the fucking clear pocket, and you're like touching shit.
you guys could play games.
No, I'm just
One of you
using.
sitting there on the toilet and the other one in taking the shower.
I'm just using my
Because we live
mom's
in the
shower,
fucking
which is the
future.
nice one with this chair, and I
Oh,
just like
yeah.
turn
See,
my
you
back
don't
to
need
it
to
for
sit
a
on the
bit.
toilet. You just, yeah.
yeah.
So I did drop it once and have to replace my phone.
Yeah, well, I'll do it.
Anyway, okay, I'm done with that. Where are we?
So
At
you
the house.
get one of those otter boxes that's waterproof.
It's true, it's true.
I mean, the phones are pretty well fucking made at this point.
No, the
because
only thing-
I,
Actually, yeah, most.
I have
yeah.
dropped this one into 1.5 feet of water, and it didn't even turn off.
Nice.
All it did was like give me the message like, "Hey, don't plug your phone in. There's like moisture in the port." I'm like, "No fucking shit. There's moisture in the port."
Mine actually stopped working.
I should
though.
call
It wouldn't
her.
charge anymore. I think I must have gotten it wet enough, I guess.
Jokes!
That's what they said.
Yes.
Anyway,
You got there.
I did.
You missed the popcorn bucket discussion, Rabbit. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking
Okay.
old buckets.
Great, cool. It's
You gotta
8:30. Do we
solve
want
this.
it? So we round up the crew.
Yep. I mean,
And
I put
where
on my
did-
third best dress.
Where did the,
I won't go too high.
where did the grand avocado want us to meet her?
Well, normally your initial your initial thought would be like we're gonna meet at the
At the restaurant.
restaurant. This is not what the directions.
I mean, letter didn't say anything, right? About
no,
where-
there's directions.
Oh.
And they indicate basically like the underground area of one of the churches close to
Oh.
the restaurant.
Oh, cool. We're gonna
Which-
meet. We're gonna meet. What's the
Probably,
cardinal?
yeah. Jimena would know because you're
You take walks out there?
official
Sorry.
liaison now.
Oh yeah.
You have the pin to. You have the pin and other souvenirs to show for it.
The bite marks.
Zhenya and Marilena would also know because they've been there. But this is a place that is aligned with Mazabi's Inquisitor Aquila.
The double secret Inquisition.
The Inquisition.
That's right.
Who watches the Watchmen?
Yep,
This guy. This guy's doing the
it's
watch.
me.
Yeah.
Hi.
Cool.
Hello.
So
It's me.
do we have a special knock that we need to do, or do we just wave Jimena in front of the door?
Jenny would just walk in.
Oh yeah, there we go.
But yeah,
I still wave you in the front, just to, you know.
Mena has the pin. So
We're here at
Mena can
Jabba's
go reach.
palace. It's good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ichuta.
All right. So you
How
round up
rude.
the crew. You head to the area. The church itself is pretty. There's a few acolytes, but not too many people. And it's not the main church where Mazabi operates.
Well, because that's near my shop.
Yeah. This is kind of like more of a neighborhood church. It's in a pretty affluent neighborhood though, because it's close to where the restaurant is. So there's a lot of like nobles and city officials that lives here. So the church itself is not, it's not a cathedral by any means, but it's a nice, nicely furnished church. You can head out in the back. There's stone spiral stairs that lead to an underground area, and as you get to the door, it is closed and locked. Nobody is in front of it.
Shania would still open the door.
Or attempt to.
Yeah.
I mean,
Or
It-
I don't. Yeah. Right. I don't.
It rattles when you try to open it. Do you force it?
yeah,
Okay.
Maybe we try knocking.
that's a new voice for you.
I was trying to do Australian until recently, so I'm
Yeah.
just sort of trying to find it. There we go. Swedish chef. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. That was
Summer
good.
blowout. Nope. Nope. There it is. Wait. Okay. Nope. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah.
So before Xenia puts her shoulder into it,
I like to put eggs on eggs. Yes. Okay.
As you knock, you see what the metal plate slides, and Jenya, in your face, you recognize Elohim's eyes just looking
big grin.
back at you. Just,
Oh, my
just the eyes.
From
then
behind her head, this close to having to
Wave.
replace that door.
This close to having to replace Elohim.
Yeah, because he was 100% trying to. It's not like your footsteps are subtle coming down, so he was getting ready to brace the door.
I would have liked to see if she could actually knock him and the door down.
I think yeah. Whether or not who would win in a fight, that's a different question. But I think she'd absolutely make a sandwich of him in the ground.
She can put some oomph, especially The door probably would have slid with him. So yeah, like the plate slides back, and then you hear someone locking, and the door opens, and Elohim opens here. You are ushered into what looks like to be a small chapel. Inside are
this is where the 14-year-old girls marry the 18-year-old boys against their parents' will.
Yeah, sometimes the 30-year-old boys.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Oh no, absolutely. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Gross.
But yeah, like this is a nice sort of secondary chapel, right? Like you can tell Jimena, you would know because you know the Castilian churches. Like you look to the side and you're like, oh yeah, there's dead people in here, right? Like there's the little chambers, so it's like a chapel and a little bit of a mausoleum, probably some prominent people that are buried here within the walls. In attendance are some of the who's who, people you know very well. So Inquisitor Mazabi is near the front of the chapel. So is the Grande, Sebastian. The Governor Perez is here with Landreville.
Yay.
Madame Salvadora is here. Notably absent is Luna Maria because they are
She's
still on the
convalescing.
mend.
Oh, I thought they had business.
No, I had to put her back together again.
Yeah, you.
A second time?
No, she's just still.
Oh, okay.
It was very, very bad.
Yeah.
No,
Well, and also
I
not that much time has actually passed in game.
okay, yeah.
From
Yeah.
when.
Even Elohim himself
We
is on
recovered
guard duty, but you can tell that one of his arms is still not functioning because Elohim was on the chopping block for death, and one of you has altered fate
Yep.
to save Elohim's
Fucked
life.
up.
So, and also present are 5 tall, statuesque, Ifrit
Oh yeah.
female warrior led by one dressed very regally in whites and golds. All of them are carrying large spears.
Hey, everybody, roll a d10.
Oh no! I don't take my dice out. What's wrong?
The fuck?
Ain't me.
I
I
got an
did
8.
myself.
Ooh, contender.
3.
What'd you get, Rabbit?
8.
Uh-oh.
Someone needs a 9.
Sally, roll a 9. Or 10.
What the hell
9
are
or
my
10.
dice here? Oh my god. I'm not ready at all.
You're so
Oh
unprepared.
my god, it's so embarrassing.
Sack and a sack.
I would have won.
No.
No, nobody gets one. No.
Way to go, Amanda.
Way to go, Megan.
Blame my
I
And
rolled
Sally.
first.
We don't know that.
It's not my
Technically, they
fault.
rolled 3 hours ago.
That's the most like sibling argument. Amanda always has to do what I do. Tell her to stop copying me.
Amanda, get the glass wall. Get the glass wall. You have no money for a clock. I win.
Grande Seraphine actually approaches first and gives you like a warm welcome. You get a lot of handshakes, a few hugs, exchange. Sebastian is at her side, doing the same. Lots of handshakes. There's a couple of side glances exchanged with Jimena, but he's in
I know, he's working.
he's in professional
He's
mode,
working.
so you know he knows how to tone it down.
He's on the clock.
He's not always saucy. Usha says, apologies for the secrecy, but this is a matter of some urgency at the insistence of my bride to be.
is there a chance anything we hear about this evening or at this time will need to not say to someone else?
No, we should be fine.
Okay.
I'll stay.
Yeah. Everyone looks at him.
And she actually looks at you, Eugenia, and is like, "No, you cannot leave."
If you have to say things that you don't... If I cannot lie, if you have to say things that need to be lied about, I cannot be here.
You cannot leave.
Okay. Sits.
And
Accept.
as
We'll bring you food and your husband.
They've been warned. It's fine.
Yeah. I was like, wait a second.
yeah, right.
I've had to play this game a ton of times, so.
As you're discussing, Oluwaseun approaches, and she's a good head above most people. She's towering over Ushia. She's taller than Sebastian.
Ooh, I know. So,
So I'm like
and
half her size.
she sort of steps and
It
looks at all of you.
If
and
I'm in the gravitational zone, yeah, she gets the fist salute. I recognize, like, you know, I've grown up with strong women. I know, yeah. It's
you
like,
get it back.
I recognize
I
you.
do stand back up and give a very courtly bow.
You know what I want to do, right?
Yes,
No, you can't kiss her.
in a bit. Yeah.
In a
not in
bit.
front of her wife.
Yeah.
Soon
Right.
be. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta wait for the wedding day. And then you'd be like, mwah, mwah, mwah.
Oh my god.
Ooh,
At
never
the
do
most,
that
it would have
again.
been
Church song.
shortly kissed.
That's not church tongue.
Yeah, or
That's
under
definitely brothel tongue.
brothel tongue.
It's the opposite of
This
church
is
tongue.
this is dog walk tongue.
Brothel tongues, worms tongues,
Yeah,
X-rated brother.
this is dog walk tongue.
Yeah.
Oh man!
You hear excited barking in the distance.
This fucking Pavlov, this poor dog,
Yeah.
will like smell like courtesan perfume and
Yeah.
just like get excited.
Yeah. It's like, no, we're not going out right now.
It's like walkie's
Calm
time.
Calm down. Yeah, she sort of looks at the whole group and she says, "We have not had much of a chance to be acquainted. This will change in the coming days and week. But Ushia insisted you were here, and so you are. War is at our door. The ceremony is happening in a few days. But I'm a warrior. I will not die without being bonded. This happens now."
Oh, tight.
I should have won my third best dress.
Oh, fucked up. Yeah, I'm like, you don't have my headdress.
Ushia says the rest of Odiseo will have to make do with a second wedding. We're not going to make light of this fact, but
She came to my wedding, so we've seen her.
yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah, well,
Yeah.
but you know,
Yeah.
you were kind of busy.
They
so-
haven't had much of a chance to sit and bond, right? Like they're
Yeah.
usually busy doing other things. But she said Olu was insistent that if we are to face death,
I'm starting to pull stuff out of some of my pouches. I'm like, okay, we're doing this. All right, yeah. You know, if we're part of the witness party,
Yep.
then it's fucking happening. So yeah, I pull out some bones and the scrimshaw, and I'm like, okay,
you see Usha turns to Mazabi and she's like, "Fortunately, we know a guy, so this,
I don't know. He seems sketch. I don't know.
you get like a
Yeah. I don't know
from
if he's,
Mazabi
I don't know if he's
himself.
legit.
Well, he's like, well, I might be excommunicated any day now, so if you want me to perform,
Well,
now is the time.
Yeah, I'm like, you know.
Mail is delayed.
Yeah, we're playing loosely with a lot of rules out here. So yeah, hell yeah, let's go.
So yeah, you get brought in on Usha's side. Sebastian actually files next to you, Jimena, up front.
I suddenly have 12 necklaces.
How are you this prepared?
A lot of wood and bone. It's like
I'm like literally looking at my inventory going, can I doll this up somehow? With what
Yeah.
I've gotten here?
you're like stealing some of the
a bunch
flowers.
of profit
Hey.
cloaks that can redo that into something.
You just keep them in your pack.
When business means you may also die at any moment, you are prepared for any eventuality. Funerals, marriages, you name it.
Xenia reaches out and uses her clean ability, and suddenly Ricardo and her are pristine. Like
That's
pressed and
right.
sparkling.
You told all the dirt to go away.
Yeah, go back in the ground.
Yeah.
It just skitters like
For
ants.
later.
Actually see the dirt. Some of it actually escapes Ricardo's boots.
They're like little soot sprites now,
Yeah.
running away.
They all stand there with a
Get out
pedal.
of here.
All standing there with one little
Some of it sticks
in a
around.
nice little row.
It's an old-timey Disney movie.
It's like,
now.
oh, it's adorable. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this is a Miyazaki film.
Oh,
It's-
Yeah.
wait till that's Xenia's new power is just to
Yeah.
animate
Yep.
yeah.
the rocks into cute little beings.
Yep. There's a. It zooms in and there's a little speck of dirt wearing a vest in the back.
Fixing
He's the
his bow
dapper
tie.
one.
Yep.
Men can make flame sprites.
Yeah,
They
that's
can
right.
hang out together.
I was about to mention your little frame sprites.
They can walk down the aisle together.
Oh yeah,
When they get together, they make steel.
yeah. Little flower flame sprite.
And then they can go to my foundry where we can make money off of them.
Dancing swords.
It's
They
totally-
don't exist like permanently.
Not yours.
Yeah, but the heat blast of your ability onto the actual physical.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
fine.
like, yes.
Fucking industrialist Rethold is gonna be like, Rethold's gonna be like, all right, how
Yeah.
long are these things?
Yeah,
Because now I'm gonna get a punch clock. Like,
Yeah,
they're gonna
night-
come
yeah.
in shifts.
Yeah,
And now
1901
Xenia's like, you
1901
can't sell my children.
1901 Rethold is just fucking Scrooge McDuck dollar sign glasses.
It's like these little fire sprites. All right, these ones are wearing out. Like you gotta summon a new batch like every 6 hours.
Get more bread. Get more bread in novellas.
Oh my god, my mom is watching so many Filipino dramas right
Hell
now.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
like
one-
when I walked in for a second, like it was rolling credits and there was just a bunch of long-haired Filipino girls like screaming at each other.
Nice.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. It's one of the caregivers is Filipino, so now it's.
Oh no.
She's
Powers
feeding,
combined.
She's feeding this.
Oh yeah.
It's nice. My mom is comfortable speaking your language.
Hell yeah.
Well, she's at a stage where like periodically she talks at us in Tagalog. And I was like, I love you, Ma, but you know.
Haven't picked it up yet.
Yeah,
We're still working on it.
These are not the sounds I recognize. So yeah, you file, and it's a very sober but joyful ceremony. On Olu's side are all of her warriors just being incredibly stern, right? And
Yes.
Elohim is filed on that side. So you have Elohim with a bunch of bald warrior women. So it's like the bald side of the church, basically.
It kind
The
of just
sexy side of the church.
kind of just makes me want to be serious too for like the symmetry. I'm just like,
Right.
Jimena started crying as soon as it started. She
I'm
doesn't
resisting
know.
the urge to cut myself open as part of because I'm like, yeah, they've been playing that again on the radio. It's been rad.
Gonna summon Papa Roach.
that's weird, but also,
We're high enough level. We could, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, probably.
Get some
Especially as a
Kobe
vest,
Shaddix in
Right,
here.
right.
especially as a Vestin. I 100% summon.
Yeah. You watch in consternation as Rethold cuts his arm into pieces.
Is that his last resort?
Yeah. Suffocation, no breathing.
Here we are underground.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Apparently, you don't give a fuck if you cut his arm bleeding. You heard it. You know it.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I'll burn a hero point.
All right.
to chant a litany in the old tongue, granting a reputation point or a rank in reputation for the new bride. What's the Ifri chief's name?
Her name is Oluwaseun. She goes by Olu on this part. Yep. I'll drop it in the chat if you want to
Yeah.
see it.
I basically am bumping Olu's rank with the city,
Oh, perfect.
the country,
Yeah,
with Odiseo.
perfect.
That she's a champion of Odiseo,
Nice.
and so mystically, it is recognized that is true now.
Perfect. All right. Jimena, especially you're used to Castilian weddings. Normally it's a long, fucking drawn-out affair. This one is speeding through it. It's moving quickly.
Stand up, sit down, stand up, sit down.
Yep. Stand up, sit down. Recite 10 different prayers.
But they've changed it since the last time Jimena went to church. So
Oh,
she's doing
God.
it wrong.
I fucking hate that.
Yeah. You get into that space where now you're listening to your neighbors and you're like, Yep, exactly that. Sebastian actually brings rings up front. Those of you who are close to the front and have an eye for such things will notice that the rings are of superior made. Rethold, because you know your stuff with this, you assume this is probably straight up Ifri gold.
I'd be surprised if it wasn't.
Yeah, and it's pretty incredible.
That shit's
craftsmanship.
clean.
Yep. Rings are exchanged, and then a kiss is exchanged, for which Ushia has to step up a little bit towards the altar.
Adorable.
Because her bride-to-be bends down a little bit, but not all the way. Makes her work for it a little bit.
I mean,
Good for them.
Startling most people, including Elohim, who is getting ready to do like a very nice, polite clap. That side erupts into cheers and loud clapping suddenly. So if you look in that direction, you see Elohim like bring up, and then his head like ducks a little bit, like
Yeah.
a turtle, like just like he got caught in fireworks, and now he doesn't know how to deal with this.
I'd probably also give like a ha 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 ha. Yeah.
Yeah, it gets loud. It also startles Carlos a little bit. The governor like lets out just like a little yelp.
One
Oh,
girl has to be
surprise.
like there.
Yep.
there.
Yep.
Fuck.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, like a little dog. It just lets out a little yip.
Oh, sweet twink Carlos.
That's our boy.
Yeah, he's got his defined role in this relationship. So there's a lot of applause, and Mazabi gestures to Elohim and is like, "Bring on the good wine. This may be the last wedding I'm allowed to perform. Who knows? We should
Jimena
celebrate."
throws rice. You don't know where she fucking got it.
Are those doves? What are the doves in here?
are they crying?
Uh,
Doves cry.
And we
Yeah.
found the prince now.
That's right. The Duke is elusive. Maybe you'll find a prince.
as we have sort of a weird little semi reception.
Yeah. In the
Um,
church.
Raging.
I
Love it.
guess I would I guess I would slide over to either Usha, probably Usha, because she'd probably be a little easier to approach than.
Ooh, their couple name can be Olusha.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, because
on
Ushulu
this,
doesn't
but-
quite.
Yeah,
It's
Ushulu
perfect.
doesn't sound as
Yeah.
good, but
Yeah.
Olusha.
Yeah.
Hooray.
And I
You did it.
and I would basically do the two fists game, and I'm like, the gift I have to give is knowledge of the future. You could say you don't want it, and that would be completely acceptable because sometimes it's better not to know. But you could ask one question of yes or no, and we would give you the answer. I thought about just trying to figure it out on my own
Yeah.
and then like deciding whether or not to tell you, but I figured this would be more fun.
No, I appreciate it. And then she thinks for a second and looks. She looks at her bride to be and then
Just bride.
says yes.
Yeah, they did it.
Yep.
Married.
Says okay. Yes. I'm game.
Okay, so
Do I
ask
have to
so
ask
you-
it out loud or?
no. Ask the question into the space
Mm.
in your head, and then pick a hand, and I will tell you if it's yes or no.
All right. She looks really thoughtful for a second and then nods and then taps on your right hand.
You ask the GM a single yes or no question about the future. The GM must answer honestly, but only needs to respond yes or no.
Yeah.
So, is it yes or no?
The answer to your question is yes.
And I'm like, that is an affirmative. The answer is yes.
She looks relieved.
Oh, good.
She says, I asked if my people will be freed from under the yoke of tyranny.
Ooh. I look over at Ulu, and I'm like, watch out, she gambles.
It is a bad habit. We will work on this. Sebastian winces somewhere else in the room.
If she needs a safe outlet for it, we know some friends. So.
I will keep that in mind.
I disengage because I'm sure I'm not the only one. So.
Well, yeah. I mean, I feel like I'd go with Leander's a gift. Mine was back. Unfortunately, I have nothing on me that could be constitute a gift. But I'll definitely offer my services.
Well, I was about to say, you're like, here's a handwritten voucher for one banging outfit.
Right.
Yeah, both as a a practitioner of things and also other things. Threads and threads. Let's
Yeah.
say.
Usha actually picks up on your. I wish I had brought a gift because she's a trained politician, so she basically just see and she sort of gives you a. There's a reason why we did this
I understand.
as we did it.
In my mind,
And then there's some
however,
assholes who are always ready with some bullshit.
Yep. But
And then
It only
Jenya
means-
walks up.
Yeah. Okay, Matt's
Yeah.
got something too.
It only means in my mind that it is something to offer later.
I will take you up on this offer. I've seen some of your work.
Ain't no bodices can turn blades like Marlena's.
Plus, this will change over time, but there's precious few tailors who know how to cut clothing for my new bride. So perhaps you can set the example.
She needs more fabric than others.
Right?
Or maybe she doesn't actually.
It is just
Well, yes
a
and no.
matter of
Yeah.
measurement.
Yeah.
I do not know why put such problem with that.
Marlena. It's because she wants crazy magic armor.
I mean,
Wink.
sure.
Yeah. She wants
She wants that murder dress.
She wants a regime-ending dress.
That's right. The kind that sings the song of angry men.
Exactly.
What color would you like? Black, the color of despair.
It sings shit from Les Mis.
That's right.
Oh dear.
Yeah. It's all the bits with Marius.
Yep.
Alright.
Anyway,
Marius.
At the
I
barricades.
will.
Yeah. Jimena walks up and is like, "Oh, I've got something for you," and then she basically like pulls her skirt open,
Whoa.
and then she on her thigh
Didn't know it was
she
that kind
has
of party.
she has like a band with vials
Yeah.
in it.
Those of you who are close enough see the very slight eyebrow from Sebastian, like as he's holding his glass of wine, like there's just like a
What is she giving them?
And she
it's like I've seen this move before and this doesn't seem the place.
but she, like it's not like she's pulling, she's
yeah.
parting because there's a slit in the skirt,
Yes.
so she's parting it so she can get her leg out. And she's like, and like off the back of her thigh, she's like, "This one later."
Wink.
Later.
Yeah, later. I guess it really doesn't matter which one of you, but one of you should drink this, or maybe both. I don't know. But just trust me, okay? She's like,
Hydrate. Make sure you've got some time.
Yeah. Salvador is here, so get some Gatorade. And some barrels of Gatorade rolled in.
That's right.
When it's Zhenya's turn, she pulls a seed from her pocket
Oh shit.
and makes 2 flower crowns and
Aw.
gives them,
That shit's adorable.
like the ones that Kasha and she wore.
Yeah.
And then wants to kiss both cheeks, but as she is shorter than Usha,
Yeah.
Uppies.
You get the uppies, and then there's like Olu just like leans.
No, yeah, you do the thing where you touch the cheek and you just go left and then right.
oh my god, no, she can reach!
Or just the open hands. Yeah, just the uppies, yeah. Mwah, mwah. Yeah.
May your union last forever.
Oh, that's a long time.
Thank
Ooh,
you.
yikes.
Forever is relative.
Thank you, Zhenya.
It's
And from
different
Olu,
for
you get
Ricardo than
the
it is for me.
That's a
you
lot
get
of
the
syllables.
fist over the heart.
That's
You
scary,
can
yeah.
tell that like there's still Usha looks at you like she still has like the little
Oh
vial.
my.
Tuck that
She
away
looks
for
at
later.
Olu, and then she gives a side glance to Sebastian, who shrugs. Like,
It's like Sebastian Lena's like, I never needed a vial. I don't know, or at least not that I'm aware of. I wasn't watching my wine around her.
you could have sent Sebastian into a spiral. Like,
Wait,
Wait, am I
Wait a second.
actually good at this or?
wait a second.
did I imbibe? Was I put in my drink? Did she imbibe? It was just,
No,
Is she into slipping shit into me?
Oh my god.
Jimena would never.
There's gonna be questions about a vial later.
But yeah, like there's a lot of silent questioning, except for Olu. Olu just takes it, you know.
Yeah.
In stride.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. I appreciate your gifts.
Olu like just grabs it, and then like she looks at you, and she's like, "So this will enhance it. Can you get us more?" Usha just turns around
Oh my goodness!
because she's very Castilian.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And they're in church right now. So
Oh my.
like- Come see me at my house later.
I shall.
Yeah.
You would make a good amount of money with some of it.
I use the dreams of young cavaliers to distill into this potion. The current one I have is running a little dry. I might need to get a new one soon.
Well, that's what we have Enrique for.
That's what I meant. I'm like, I don't know how much we can milk out of him
Yeah.
before we need a new one.
Part of the components of this potion is
He's-
like
It's a little melancholy though, because he's icing. You know, it's
Yeah.
different.
It's not as
Different.
pure as it was with Isaac.
Oh man, Isaac was just
distilled.
yeah,
fucking-
straight Castilian.
from red up Castilian passion.
Yeah. They all have different flavor profiles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like even the Ison and the Montaigne have like different flavors of sadness, right? They're different colors.
And if you want to break stuff, then Vodacce. That's
Yeah. It's true. It's also passion, but different.
I don't know what it was like for people like me.
Always the downer. Wah, wah. I was a slave once.
I was born into it.
I'm sure it would actually be probably pretty fantastic because yeah, you're like give that like last night on Earth situation. There you go.
Yep.
In defiance.
Yeah. Mazabi hits the bottles with Elohim. Elohim, who,
Like a good priest.
yeah, is chatting right now.
State Farm is there. Sorry.
There's trees. There's squirrels. We'll bless them all.
Right? Use my State Farm app to summon a priest because I needed one because of ghosts.
Father Jake.
On account of some haunting.
Jake from the State Farm Parish. The Diocese of State Farm.
Shit. Maybe it's a parish in here now. The State Farm. Yeah, Mazabi like sort of gestures for you at this point. Basically, like you're just drinking in church, right? Like he's leaning against the altar and just drinking it up. He points to Elohim like as you approach, and he's sort of amused because Elohim is sort of in the middle of all these warriors, and now they're chatting with him, and they're perfectly fine in this situation. He clearly is not. He is in great distress, and Mazabi is not coming to his rescue.
Oh, somebody needs help.
Genya will happily go to his rescue.
I thought.
I don't know if that'll help, but you know,
Yeah,
at least
right.
You know how that works, right? Like when you're trying to teach someone how to swim, this is it. Let
Don't make them swim. It's terrible.
the man swim.
No, she actually likes him. She's not gonna make him
swim
sweat.
quotation marks.
Immediately, like Ricardo like puts both hands like on your shoulders, like immediately, like as a you get like a he doesn't know. Like,
He doesn't
I'm sorry.
understand.
I'm sorry you used that figure of speech. I know it's too soon.
It's always gonna be.
Poor thing. It just happened.
Those of you who are hanging around Mazabi, he says, so our illustrious Odyssean Cardinal is going to be making her way to San Felipe shortly, following the recent assassination attempt on her in Liso.
Should we transport her, or is she already on her way?
She's on her way.
Should we
She-
intercept that group?
She has capable assistance. The man who made an attempt on her life.
Oh, that's right. She's got the flower man, right? She's got she's got Tuxedo Mask working with her now, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
competent tuxedo mask.
Okay. Right. No. Good qualifier.
Moonlight Night, huh?
Doesn't just like show up on rooftops.
Moonlight
Looking
Night was
cool.
way better than Tuxedo Mask.
Yeah, because he was Darian's
spirit,
subconscious. Without the rest of him there to fuck it up.
He was so much better at doing shit. He had a knife, for
Yeah,
God's
he
sake.
did have a knife.
So is Moon Knight based off?
Yeah, right?
I mean,
I mean, he wore that.
holy shit, you might have.
Crack the code.
Oh my god.
Someone was like, "What if Moon Knight?" Or what if what's his name? Yeah, what if Tuxedo Mask but Deadpool? Ah.
Right? Yeah, he says,
With schizophrenia.
the man who made an attempt on Fatima escaped the Liso Cathedral, but then he was found by morning near the docks. His throat cleanly slit and a white rose by his side.
Oh, beautiful.
That's why I said.
He is Moonlight Knight.
That's why I said.
Yeah, with the white rose.
Yeah, what?
I remember
Since
things
then,
sometimes.
Fatima has mentioned having a personal escort.
Nope,
Got
still
it?
going.
Oh.
I believe they will travel undercover with a very, very small retinue so as to not attract attention. They should be in San Felipe very shortly.
Okay.
We have to consolidate, although some of the Braves in Liso will be holding the fort. We can expect some combat to happen here, I would assume. Esteban will want to conquer San Felipe because this is a matter of pride for him now. We have spat in his face time and time again. And I know...
It's almost like he likes it or
I was
something.
gonna say, I thought he was into it.
Right. Turns out he didn't do that shit.
Thanks, Skeletor.
Yep. And he's not a man who suffers such affront. I hear his hold on good King Sandoval is eroding as a result.
Good.
The young king is receiving missives from the field that the cardinal is not able to filter out. This is changing the good king's opinion, and apparently at a couple of the recent council meetings, he has publicly stood up to Esteban, which of course is sending the man in a frenzy.
Aw,
Men
poor
are
baby.
so hard right now.
Fuck that guy. Right? Just grabs Zabi's bottle. Fuck yeah. Just passes it back.
My spies in Vatican City are saying that some of the cardinals most loyal to Esteban are on a big witch hunt, trying to find the person responsible for those missives. There's word of a dawn going around
Yeah, good fucking luck finding that guy.
that seems to
And actually,
send the upper echelon in an absolute tizzy.
yeah, good luck if you do find him, because he's fucking
He was something.
force of nature. We're scared of him.
I don't know. He might actually be here right now. Because I think he can appear in many places
He's
at once.
No, we
He's
want
just
him.
hiding in a
We
Veen
want
shadow.
him in Liso because
Yep.
he will defend Liso. There might not be a lot of it left afterwards, but they won't take it, and that's the important part.
So like it's him and the gardener and
that kid.
What's that other guy with the mask?
The kid?
Oh yeah,
No,
no.
the
Yeah.
Zorro
Vagabundo.
guy.
Oh, the Vagabundo.
The one that
Yeah,
Jenya was
yeah.
like, not that guy. And everyone's like,
He's Castilian Zorro.
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
He's part of the myth,
Yeah, they're
the
good.
legend.
Yeah.
He has saved the king from assassination attempts
Yeah.
so many times.
Yeah, it's like every episode.
Yeah, basically. An episode of that TV series until it got cancelled.
It's great.
Evine, if you want to share your piece of the news, Evine, you're also present.
Oh yeah.
The spears are leveled and the
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Evine is like a positive Paul Revere at this point because it's like the English are coming, but it's a good thing.
Oh yeah. It's not the New World.
And I'll also add, and I'll leave this up to your discretion, exactly what it is. But now that they noticed Savine, who's been standing there waiting to deliver a gift the whole time, I was like,
You get a side glance from Ricardo
it's,
because he remembers their wedding gift.
oh god, no.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think that she probably had less time to think about this one.
His
maybe.
nightmares are haunted by the face of that bird.
But this is Evine.
This
Yeah.
one
We don't know if she can
instead
time travel. We don't know all the things
is
she can
going
do.
to be something from a conversation that they're pretty sure Jean wasn't there for, where it was mentioned, I don't know, maybe like a flower that they missed from, one of them missed from their hometown, or like something like that, like a little detail, like, oh, it was so nice, I would love to have this thing again, and
It's fucked
here
up.
it is. But it's like eerily specific, just like,
Way to show up my flower crowns that I grew out of my pocket.
Yeah, well, you know,
Doesn't even have to
Evie,
I said it could be a flower.
Yes.
It
Yeah.
doesn't have to be.
it's a piece of like hard candy or something that they
It's-
only make in that
yeah.
province.
It's
Something-
basically a free fragrance. You'll basically bring in perfume like a fucking king from the Bible.
Yeah, it's like I got your frankincense right here, baby.
Yep.
And just
For your
looking for that, like,
murder.
oh, thank you.
Mm.
Wait, oh, thank you.
Yes.
No, wait, the murder?
You
I thought
startled
this wasn't
both
the
of
murder
them.
party.
They're clearly very thankful. You also startled kind of both of them because what a fucking mob move. Yeah, I can fucking hear you.
Thank you.
I know it.
I know your shit.
Wink.
Yeah, it's
Don't
like
worry, she's one of the good ones.
Usha's like, this is what a lovely personal attention. And they're both like looking at each other, like clearly like silently interrogating each other. Like, when
who'd
did
you
we
tell?
talk? When did we talk about this?
I guess I shouldn't tell about the fact that I can basically surveil the whole city now.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say anything about
If you
that.
talk to the city right now, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, we know this one now. Somebody made sure of it. Because Brethel basically did an introduction to the city, more
Oh
or
yeah, I
less.
like this person.
So-
That's funny.
yeah. Because you're all ridiculous
Oh, you
godchildren.
It's like, oh, you gonna marry the new queen of this country? Bet you are intrinsically linked to this fucking country now.
Yep. They're woven in.
Yep.
Brethel's not a fate witch, but Brethel just helped weave her thread.
I just
Into the city.
shove fucking tiddlywinks between cats' cradles, and I'm like, yeah,
That'll work.
it's part of it now.
Connected.
That's all right. It's like, well, yeah, well, if I untie it, it'll be still fucked in there. It's all okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to get
And then, yes,
my earring
we'll
off to
give
look at it, and I can't.
the wonderful news of
It's
the
very
support
stubborn.
of the beach and on the way. All of the eloquent things that I'm too tired to really.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Basically, a fleet of the Avalon Navy is fast approaching the coast of Odisseo in support of Odisseo, led by none other than Captain Jeremiah Barrick, the sea dog himself,
Sea dog.
the Queen's chief privateer.
I hear that's not he's all the chief of. Oh no, that's Lance. Sorry,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
Lawrence.
No, this is the. He's the. Jeremiah Barrick is kind of like the Steed Bonnet,
Yeah.
like alternate in
talking
this. He's
Like
the guy.
real Steve Bonnet or our flag Steve Bonnet? 'Cause I
Maybe
think those are
both.
different.
Yes.
Maybe both. He's basically a nobleman that was like, you know what? I'm gonna become a fucking privateer, and he's fucking amazing at it because
So he's also very gay. Okay, that's
He-
that's canon now.
his approach to it is not the approach of a navy man. So like the strategies he comes up with keeps fucking up everybody else that goes against him.
He's bucking the meta.
Yeah, and people are like, look at this fucking fade back fucker. Like that luck cannot be.
Gee,
But
we know
maybe it is.
nothing about that.
Right.
Evine.
Right. So yeah, Jeremiah Barrick himself, apparently, and you would know this, Evine, he insisted on leading the navy that would come here because he could not pass this opportunity.
To fight Vadace and Castilians
Oh yeah,
legitimately without a full-blown war against them? Yes. Yes.
for a just cause,
Oh,
in service of Avalon, in building an alliance that will serve them into the future.
they were clamoring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's your news are met with some cheers in the hall. Sebastian says the Brotherhood of the Coast is also ready and able. The Pirate Queen has voiced her support officially. They will be harrowing Castilian ships on their approach. I've also heard tell that La Liberacion is coming back to San Felipe.
When is it not? Oh, yeah, when there's a new one.
Which one?
Yeah. It's like, what number's this? It's like, we stopped counting, it was easier.
Should be upon our shores. I've also heard tale of an Ison company that is
Yep.
massing up at the north,
Yep.
coming in from Montaigne.
We told you about that one, right?
Probably.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you know, we wanted the crows to have some company here on the northern front, and we know some people who fight monsters.
Yes.
Him and I just like shivers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's like, so some overzealous priests. Yeah. Good practice.
Carlos actually interjects and says, I've heard that it made some waves in Montaigne because
I bet.
this company was guarding certain Montaigne territory as per a contract, as well as training some of the Montaigne troops. And yet they've managed to find a loophole and are bringing some of the trainees with them as they are moving south. What a perfect training exercise
Yeah.
to give those new troops
Yeah.
a taste of real war.
Yeah.
I've heard that Lord General Vilhelmus himself is leading the troops south.
Yeah. He's cool.
Did we meet?
You heard of him. You
Oh,
met
okay.
some of his folks when
okay.
you were up in Iceland.
Okay.
We met the
The,
Hexenberg guy.
The
Yeah.
Hexenberg
He can't leave,
guy that
unfortunately.
helped Veronica basically reports directly to this guy.
Oh,
it's
so
the
we're getting
same-
his boss.
So it's the same company. Yeah, his boss is coming down.
Yeah. Oof. Yeah, that's
So we will have the northern border covered between those and the crews in case there is a land.
another attempt at
insurgents.
the land. Yeah.
Mazabi steps in and says some of the members of the Inquisitor Aquila are going to be working in Vatican City to minimize the splash. We want this to go down as Esteban's failure, not as good King Sandoval's. And when
Oh,
the
yeah.
time comes, I think we're all in agreement that we want our district to coexist with Castile and not go at war with it.
I mean, you know, absolutely. I feel like someone smarter than Rethold again would be like, you know, absolutely. I'm sure Usha and her queen want to ensure their neighbors are on good terms and not antagonistic, especially as, you know, we can definitely survive a short siege and a brutal campaign, but if it's an extended campaign, then there's only so much we can do. You know, I think we've got enough. We've definitely got enough to make it not worth it. But if it becomes a protracted thing, it's going to get gross.
Yeah.
Although, you know, who knows? We have several other nations locked in to help out, so
Olu locks in to say, military-wise, we have enough effectives to last quite a while, or at least make our adversary feel the cost of a long-term siege very dearly.
Because that's absolutely what would need to happen, and I believe they're still underestimating us.
Usha steps in to say
fully blockade us.
the next
Oh, yeah.
steps
Oh yeah.
will be to make this into something that will make Esteban's power collapse. If we can do that, we can look to the future. The worst case scenario is we prolong a siege here. Esteban convinces the rest of the Vatican Church to paint us as heretics, and then some of the other nations will have their hands forced into joining this conflict on their side in order to stamp us down.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not there yet, and if we play our cards right, it will not come to that. Especially with Cardinal Fatima's support. And she turns to Mazabi and sort of raises a hand and is like, not intending any fault of you, Father Mazabi, but your reputation is a little dodgy with the church. Having Fatima's support will give us legitimacy. And Mazabi's leaning against the altar and drinking, and he's like, none taken. I know the role I was assigned.
Again, someone smarter than Rethold. I'm wondering, is there a way have we goaded Esteban enough, or can we do it more? Not Esteban, or who's the? Is that?
It's Cardinal Verdugo.
Verdugo. It is Verdugo. Okay.
You will notice that Mazabi never calls him by his title, and always uses his first name.
Right.
Nice shade.
Hell yeah. So yeah.
It's got a whole canopy of shade.
Has
going on there.
Verdugo been adequately goaded, and if not, how can we make it worse? And are there ways we can shore up Vatican legitimacy in addition to Fatima? Because right now it feels pretty weak on the ground, and Fatima is is 1 point of failure, and we're like.
Absolutely.
We're a bunch of, we have 1.5 dedicated Vaticines.
You did pretty good there.
Yes, but it's still.
Well, we still broke up the church there.
Mazabi is like, Rethold is right.
Yeah.
But-
imaginary smarter Rethold.
Yeah, the Inquisitor Aquila is working on this thoroughly. Fatima is a 1 point of failure, but Fatima was once groomed to be Verdugo's eyes and ears, both within the Council of Reason, which is the gathering of cardinals, as well as the rest of Castile. She was a spy once.
Yeah.
And he had great hopes for her. She was deeply loyal to him. The thing that Esteban did not think of in his great hubris is that now that she has been turned, Fatima has access to secrets, information, facts about every member of the council and every major clergyman in Castile. Information that she has freely shared with my people at this point. We are working at subverting those that we can, convincing those that we should. We're also working very closely with the Invisible College, which I believe you have met
Yes, I remember that.
in Liso. Their support in the universities of Castile has been tremendous
What was
as
the name of
well.
that man that we helped out? The one that was...
Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's forever known as
Sad Batman.
Yeah. Liso Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sad
But yes,
Better, Batman?
nice. So yes, they are used to fighting the Inquisition at every turn and have some sympathetic clergymen within their ranks as well. So this will not happen overnight. Unfortunately, we are on the clock, but we are working at getting the support that we can right now.
So you're saying that we should concentrate on dealing with the actual conflict coming. Guess you
Alright.
have that in order.
Yeah, I'm like, if there's any, yeah.
Landreville actually pipes in at this point and says, yes, because with the recent actions, war will be at our doorstep soon. And it's not enough to win this conflict. We also have to think about minimizing civilian casualties.
Oh,
yes. Do we have
Combat will and
do we
can
have
and will.
evacuation plans? I assume those are
Well,
already drawn up.
that I think part of the plans were to keep it from getting to the city.
yes.
That's why we have the crows out front. That's why we have the ice in.
But yes, but there is always the possibility that it will not turn out that way.
If it comes to that, the Crows have volunteered to lead an evacuation of the population into their mountain hideout. If it comes to that. A forced march on a city of this size would be very difficult. Plus, many of our citizens may not be able to take the journey. As long as we possibly can, staying safe within our walls is going to be in the cards.
I wonder if there is a percentage that couldn't make the journey but could survive a ship.
Possibly.
'Cause-
Making use of your island
Yeah.
might also be something that would be in the cards.
Because it's not just the one island. There's like it's a small.
Yeah.
It's a small.
so
cluster.
kind of archipelago
Yeah.
there. Yes. But these are the plans we have to formulate now because we have been preparing a long time and now it is here.
It is time.
Well, I know there's a handful. I know there's a force of prisoners on that island that we could put to use. So,
Yes.
you know, they're kind of just languishing there because we don't trust them. Could probably have them start building some bridges and huts across those islands.
I mean, this territory has been allocated to you by the city, so you are lord and master in these parts.
Yeah, I wonder if Jose Jr. and his friends could start helping get that information to citizens to know where they need to go if evacuation is required. So, yeah.
Vaudreville nods to you and says, I will assign the task to Captain Jose immediately.
Maybe everyone still just calls him Captain Jose. Do we even remember what his real name was?
No, he has no real name.
His real
It's
name
gone.
has been lost to
That's
time.
Yep.
I mean, it's probably in my old notebook, because I think it's before
Nope.
this. But we know. I still
It
have
has
it
all been altered and redacted.
I mean, of course, it's in the attic where things just die, so it's fine.
Yep. It might have been Luis because
It was Luis.
His
He
name
was-
is-
He was Jose Luis. for a
because
long
his
while.
his name now is Jose Luis Mendez.
Yep.
So that's why he's junior.
Luis was his name.
Yeah. Yeah. We let him keep his name to an extent.
I mean, he's the one that kept the most of his.
Yeah.
Of his previous life.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that Corio had a name.
Carlos.
Was
Was
it?
he Carlos?
That's I have Jose Correo, Carlos.
Yeah.
There was another Carlos.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Because Jose Espada is just Vodace.
Yeah. His name is Carmelo.
Oh, Jose Luis Hombre Mendez.
Mm.
Yeah. And then Jose Palabra, secretary. Jose Marinero, docs. Jose Viejo Mendez, I forget exactly
It's the
who
old
that
Jose.
one was. I think
Yeah.
I think his name is actually Jose Mendez, and
Yeah.
that was the joke. Was that
I believe that
No,
old
I thought
Jose
you-
is still in Liso.
I
Yeah.
thought you gave him Mendez.
maybe? And then now we have the newly minted Jose Escuela, which is the Vodace Cyrenith scholar.
Oh yeah, that's right.
that
Yeah,
that
two
Espada
Vedacci
is
Joses.
keeping an eye on.
Yeah, you have
Yeah.
two Vedacci Jose. I think old Jose
We've all
is in
got our
Liso.
minigames.
I think it's that
Yeah.
old man who lost his son and then started shit like.
Oh, that's Batman.
Yeah,
that's Batman.
Yeah,
No, Batman's a different man.
He is?
Batman is the man who,
lost his wife.
yes,
Yeah.
he was
Okay.
part of the Invisible College and he was ready to fucking
I
shoot
don't know.
himself in his
Angry
apartment.
old man over
Yeah.
there.
You saved him from like ending his life
I
in,
remember
his,
that because I
in
was
squalor.
specifically the one that met him first.
Okay,
Do you remember how sad it was?
we gotta
when
get
he
our
got to
sad.
Liso?
We gotta get our sad old man
Yes,
right.
because his
Dude.
wife had died, and
Yes.
they did the whole like
He was a country song.
Yep.
they mailed him back her jewelry.
Yep,
'cause,
she
you
was
know-
part of the Invisible College and they just blackbagged her.
Yep. Okay, I remember him now. Ugh.
Yeah, that's Batman.
Good times.
No, the old Jose was the one of his sons was still alive. He lost one of his sons, and then you incited a fucking citizens revolt in the fucking marketplace.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, the fruit
Old
stand.
Jose
Yeah.
and his son started fucking fist fighting
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
prophet's
the fruit stand
sword.
people.
And we were like,
Now,
he's
yeah.
got moxie.
Tossing fucking
Yeah.
fruit.
We like
and
him.
shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn their stairs into a fun slide.
Yeah. Yes. That was
Oh, those are some
the
good
fucking
times there, I
Scooby
guess.
Doo.
It just-
one of
it
the
just-
many Scooby Doo
It just turns into that scene from the Addams Family where they're going to.
Yep. They're going to the vault.
Mhm.
Yep.
Exquisite.
Yes. So I believe that's old Jose because you're like that man has iron in his veins and
He's never gonna die.
yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. As
Trip down memory lane.
soon, I
We've
don't
been playing
feel
this game a minute.
I don't feel like I can get drunk enough in this particular venue
this
that-
church
that
name
I
is
will-
lame.
Yeah,
That I
it's a little bit.
that I will inevitably desecrate something, and there's some work to be done. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna head out, and
It
then
doesn't help that you desecrate things by showing up to them.
I'm like I've performed 2 different shamanic pagan rites
you
in the
Sure.
heart of a Venetian
baptized
church.
your ship and like scandalized him enough for
Oh yeah,
life.
and that wasn't even today. Yeah, that was just today.
Just bring in the heathen energy.
And so
You know,
yeah, I
there's
just
so much blood.
I step back out onto the street and just hold up a silver piece and an apple, and I'm like, Jose, and just grab into the air to catch
Yeah.
a correo.
Yeah, that's right. You see a pig pen cloud
That's right.
pop in the horizon.
You just reach into the dirt,
Yeah,
grab something solid, you'll
Yeah.
get him.
an arm, a neck.
That's
you
right.
know,
It's like, whoop.
the shirt.
It's like catching a cat. You're just like, okay, it's fine.
By the
it'll be fine.
scruff.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's kind of like dangling.
Yeah.
Yes,
And you're-
boss.
Yeah, and you're like, yeah, it's the next ship that comes, or the next ship either leaving or coming in from Isla de San Jose. Work orders. Or go talk to a different Jose. To write up the work order, to then take it out there,
All right.
and to start putting those prisoners to work, because they're gonna have guests.
All right, I'm gonna go bother Palabra.
Oh, poor Palabra. Yeah. Yeah, he needs to learn to delegate.
Yeah, I don't want to call you out, boss, but we should have hired more of us that could write.
You know, I get them as I find them. Not all of them are as talented as you. When are you going to learn to write?
When are you gonna teach me?
It's like, books are too slow.
Right?
It's like, oh, one day we're going to discover Ritalin for you. And you're going to be a superhuman. It's going to be great.
Hang around a bit. We'll discover tablets.
That's right.
Oh God, no.
I am trying to open the skull if they want to learn a bunch of fate witches.
Just take a bump of this cocaine. That'll take the edge off of you.
I feel like Jimena's this close to tablets.
Right?
Yeah.
What?
Instead of potions, just making.
Oh, yeah. Here, just take this.
Yeah, it's like, oh, so we've infused it in paper, so you just put it on your tongue, and then
Right.
it's a party.
Yep.
It's like how we do with bullets.
Drugs.
Except
With
with
this
medicine.
one, you just have to make sure you take it with food.
Yeah. And drink
maybe
lots of
it-
water. You're going to want the water.
Yeah,
You don't
drink
need
lots
the
of
water.
If you don't have
Right.
any food around, if you have a cup of milk, that will work.
That's good.
Right.
Just need some protein with it.
Have a bean.
If you go to the apothecary, they charge a lot with this. I make the generic ones. They cost a lot less.
It's supposed to smell, and then I'm not sure what it does.
And then
Yeah.
once you're done with
that
Palabra,
maybe
and taking
It's
it
the
to the
same
dog.
thing. It's the same thing.
you go tell Josefina that they're going to be working with the crows to figure out the evacuation plan for the city. For those who
His
can make
eyes
it.
like focus on something
Yeah.
different as he nods.
I'm like,
or-
I know I can only do. I know he's only got the RAM for like 3 tasks.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, well, I put the coin in the pouch and the apple in the mouth and I just drop him.
Yeah. His eyes like focus on something different, and basically internally
Yeah.
he's pressing M to open his
Yeah,
map and
yeah.
like, putting the
Put it
markers.
away, yeah.
So you know.
And then Speedy Gonzalez just
Yep.
as soon as he hits the ground. Yeah.
He's Castilian too. That was not intended, by the way.
What?
It was not meant to be Speedy Gonzalez
Oh,
because he's also Castilian. So, yeah. I mean, you know, Speedy Gonzalez.
That's
is
probably what his name
Mexican,
was
different,
before I made him
but-
Jose.
Yeah, right.
What?
Speedy.
Gonzalez. Shit, you know what? I don't even know what I should. I'm sitting here going, well, how am I supposed to prepare for stuff? Because like, I don't really do things at this scale. If I do, it really hurts me. also,
Make berets for everyone.
it's still kind of dangerous to be I can't outwardly recruit.
Weren't you working on a
agents.
banner at some
Floppy
point?
hats. Oh yeah, the new
I
Odyssean.
was
Because
I,
this
I
shit
already
is gonna
designed
be-
it, but like
Yeah.
This shit is gonna be.
Les Mis.
Yeah.
it just needs to be super like produced a
The
lot.
barricades.
5 feet tall,
Yeah.
8 feet wide.
You need banners, and you need a big
Other
like a
measurements as
fuck
well.
ton of them, so they're all over the city.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, yeah.
But okay,
Yeah.
but if that's the case,
Yeah.
we need. Wait, am I going to create the textile modern textile industry now?
I thought you had.
I'm just
no,
gonna.
but I'm still mostly doing things by hand. But my
I'm just
mind's
gonna
like,
hand you that carrot once. It's almost like you know a rich backer that might be able to solve that problem
Several.
for you.
And also, we may or may not have just pillaged a bunch of trading ships that
Yeah.
ran into our
whose
harbor.
company may or may not be sort of owning yours.
The knitting circle, as I'm going to be calling it, is going to need a front. The
Missing circle.
textiles will always be the front.
Yep.
I could also. Okay, anyway. We don't need to listen to
Yeah.
my inner thoughts about
No,
that.
there you
but
go.
They're there now. They're
Yes.
happening.
Is there
Because-
another forest I can redirect?
Yes.
Lovely.
There's rolling hills all over the place. So yes, you can work at creating more difficult terrain if you want to work on that scale.
Yep.
This will require some doing on your part because this is massive work, and you're basically reshaping the order of how things have, naturally propped up
I
around
just
here.
have to ask it nicely.
Yeah.
Kasha, pack a tent.
Should I pack a lunch? Several? You have the jars.
Over here, there's game in the hills, aren't there?
Yeah. You have
We're
jars
fine.
of stuff too, right?
Yeah.
We'll be good. Alright.
I'll need my old pack.
What about your sister and her bow?
Carlos is worried about them.
I can't really. It feels wrong to call him brother-in-law. It feels premature. I feel like
They're not yet married.
an ill fate may still befall him.
What?
Oh, that would be.
Fixed. I can fix that.
Immediately, like,
Jimenez slowly
Yeah.
drifts into frame. Not walks, just floats.
Novella mode activated.
It's like, oh,
Kasha, why would you say that?
That would be terrible.
I hear sadness.
You know this.
And romance.
Right? No drama.
You know this, my dear. I'm Castilian. We think about these things.
It's true. Behind you.
Just in between them.
It just peeks up in the middle.
Fucking.
Don't take me wrong.
meme.
I will
It's
do
like,
everything
oh,
in my
that's
power. to keep them in
terrible.
alive.
Now you say I'm pretty psyched
I just
about
don't want to
it.
jinx it
I'm
by calling him
bummed.
brother-in-law before it is earned.
Well, they're not married yet, but Kasha, I tell you, as long as there is breath in my body, none
He
of
will
you,
not die.
none of you will die. And as Matushka has made it quite clear to me, and Morosko, that she will not let me die, you're safe.
What if we want to die?
That's different.
It's like, do we have an NDR?
You will not be killed.
Ricardo's
Okay.
like, I'm gonna have to start working on that retirement plan.
Yeah,
He's gonna be around a minute.
Someone smarter than Rethold is like, what happens if a Cernith artifact evaporates us before you can? Are you gonna do the thing where you recreate the body and then just
Rethold is like,
EMT us? Is that
I am not allowed to lie.
Rethold is like establishing the insurance clauses.
right?
In the event of Cerneth artifact,
Yeah.
what happens?
Well, if I die first,
No,
Then that's a different
That's
story.
not what I'm worried about.
In
If
the
you die
event
first, yeah.
that
If
you
you
get
die first,
stabbed by
not-
a Legion life that sends you straight to hell.
yeah, right.
I'm looking at clothing like making in the Renaissance, and
Oh,
it's like,
God.
oh, how did you make lots of large quantities of cloth back then? Oh, you just had bigger looms
Yes.
with more people
You
on
just
them.
need more space.
Yeah, you have like 3 people.
I need new.
You have
I
like
need,
3 people on one bar,
I need
right?
a new
Just
building.
heating them back and
I
forth.
need-
You need a fucking sweatshop.
So fast.
yeah.
It's gonna be a sweatshop. I treat my people well.
Well, what's hot?
Oh, they gonna sweat though.
Yeah,
That's true. They'll get rents though.
This is southern Castile by the coast. They are gonna sweat.
Oh yeah.
It's not a sweat shop. It's a shop where you sweat.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, that's why you get them big doors so
sweaty
the
shop.
ocean breeze
Yeah.
can at least kind of cut
What
it.
you need to get is like a big, like commercial, like with barn doors.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
leave that shit
It'd be
open.
beautiful.
That sea breeze coming through.
And then in 300 years, when the space is being gentrified, it's gonna have incredible views.
Somewhere else.
and it will sell craft beers.
Oh,
Not
that's
everybody
incredible.
working here needs to know everything that happens in the Illusion, so we can just have.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know, what am I gonna call it? What did they call the thing up in Liso? I called it the Duchess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Duchessa.
Duchess.
The Doge?
Duchino. Little Duke.
The little Duke.
Yeah.
That's cute.
I don't know if that's the
Duchini?
actual way you would do
Duke,
that.
Duke
but-
Jr.
Well, there's also a Doge. Not you.
Just call it Il
Perfect
Duce
timing.
Due.
Oh, God.
Duke 2.
She made the noise after because your interaction was funny, and then I met her gaze,
No, you made the mistake.
Yes.
You look directly into the
and she's
fire.
like on the side, and she's like, I struggle to get up.
Poor thing.
I'm gonna miss my chance.
No.
Oh. Then you're gonna skitter away, and I'm.
Oh, she's back.
Bet.
She either walks off or like lies down, so
Just
she's
out
no
of
longer
reach.
in reach.
Yep, yep.
I'm like, I can't now.
Always.
Such a long time.
So yes, so
5 weavers.
basically Salvadora is in here, and if you ask for this stuff, she can
Oh, yeah,
figure
her.
out. She can figure this shit out for you.
You just tell us where, how big, how much.
especially if you say like, hey, this will help the war effort, it will be done.
Yeah, you have 2 of the 3/3 largest industry in the area, or shipping, shipping trading power available.
Okay.
So yeah,
So I'm gonna go. Oh my god, things to do for this game. Could we
Now,
go write a project plan and go back
join-
in session?
Probably yes, because
Join
you know, it
fucking
takes
Tony now playing your
different
Yeah!
mini games.
Your
Different
side-
mini games.
simulation game where it's like sim textile magnet.
Woo!
Medieval textile tycoon.
Yes.
Expansion Renaissance.
Yeah.
Yep. Look at all these fucking dies I got.
Yeah, like I would effectively reduce my wealth by 1 to increase yours by 1.
Mine's
Right.
probably 2. It should probably be higher than 2.
I was about to say, bro, I'm at 6.
Basically,
I haven't upgraded it since
Here's-
forever.
I'm
Here's
at
the-
6
here's
because
the
it's
thing.
not liquid. A lot of it's like in like a lot of like it's effectively 7 or 8.
Yeah, I didn't add whatever my husband brought in when he came.
what
so.
Salvadora can help you with is
We have wealth on here?
basically
You don't.
Yeah,
it's a background.
It's up here.
You just
It's part of your
have
character
family for
information, top
everything.
left.
Oh, it's mine says more than anyone knows
Yeah.
Mine's just
Secret.
blank
because I own part of
Nana
the
has
syrup.
wealth hidden under
See,
stairs.
I think you
Well,
would
I
be like
literally-
an effective 2
Because
but
Jimenez runs
but like
I
Swanson,
didn't
but like
inherit
gold
anything.
buried
I
in the
like
learned
it's
all
like
of this
actually like a
through
probably a
gameplay
6 or 7
because
like
I was a
me.
fate
Yeah.
which had 0. So.
I mean, I did just purchase a large chunk of this land.
Which again I think would effectively dock you 1 on your like liquidity, but increase your actual
Oh,
score.
I had no liquid until my cousin sent it to me. Like, I live
Yeah.
in as plain as humanly possible.
No, I know.
Because it is expected of me.
Speaking of which,
Oh,
your family's still in town,
yes.
Genia.
I
So
have plenty of
are they joining the festivities, or are you sending them back home?
Oh, like you could send them home. They're not dumb. They know what's going on.
Well,
I mean, the matriarch is not joining the war effort, but
no. I mean,
probably
She's a witch.
she could still wrestle.
She's a fuck.
You just have to get real close. She's not gonna walk to you, but
come here.
When they invade the city, oh,
if
they're
they
in
come
trouble.
to the house,
They're in
She
real
just
fucking
stands
trouble.
at the house being like,
oh yep, like in her chair in the house, like the door open.
No, and she like holds up a spoon, and,
Oh, God.
and they all
Yes.
quake.
A slotted spoon.
Yep.
That's a holy
Makes her
avenger.
Well, I should have an inventory coming to me. That's not my family.
Yes.
So,
Oh, okay.
if they want to stay, I'm not going to tell them to go home. But I'm also like,
They.
Well, if you're not gonna want to be in the middle of a war, maybe
Some of your
leave now.
cousins might be willing to stay. You have some of the elderly folks
Yeah.
there, and if one of them stays, they all will stay. So they might actually decide to do the responsible thing
Mm-hmm.
and take your
Yeah.
great aunt out of the proceedings.
Yeah. The youngest ones take the elderly home. The middle ones, you can hang out.
Yeah.
So, here's what I want to do for my wealth. I'm gonna make myself a 4 with 4 wealth with
Yep.
brackets 7. Actually, I'll just keep it 6, and then give you 1 since we're gonna be
Yeah, because between your riches, between the plunder you just brought in, because the ships that you just took down last session, these were Vodachi merchant ships. They were
Oh, and I
filled
have no qualms
with
about
shit.
claiming some of that
You have
myself,
plus some of them have textiles that you can reappropriate.
oh
Yes, but see,
Oh,
like
yeah.
you need different types to do the banners.
Again.
Oh, well, no, it's a start, and then
This is a Vodachi. These Vodachi merchant ships. Whatever kind of textiles you want in there, you can probably find. It is well furnished. What Salvadora can help you with is the sort of logistics of it, like finding the space for you and all of this stuff, because she knows she's really savvy at this thing.
Sure.
You can assume between what Rethold is giving you and the plunder you just gave, you have the capital to put it, and that includes getting a space, getting employees, setting this whole shit up. And as you start talking about this, like Leandro is like, leave the management to me.
I suppose I am the idea person.
I
You're so
will-
good at doing these things.
That is what I used to do before
No.
our lives took us sideways, and I lost an eye and was thrown in jail and had to hunt after my wife to all of Tia.
Yeah, but we got a ship
And I
out of it.
think
It's pretty
we
tight.
should-
Once upon a time, that was to be my life, so I
It
get
can
to
still
play
be,
at it.
but now
But I
it's
got to
for
ship
what?
out of it, so I appreciate it.
Also, I built this thing for.
I am actually, yes, and we're going to give very generous terms on this supply contract. It's going to be fantastic.
Well, I believe we all are thankful. All that to say, I'm comfortable in that role. so-
Leandro gets to argue with Palabra for a little bit, and I'm sure they'll both love that.
Yeah, because Palabra is in,
Wait, doesn't Palabra have a stooge now? Didn't he finally?
Yeah, he does. He's training a
Yeah,
guy.
okay, good. Yeah,
Which is
alright.
gonna have to. I think isn't he training your new Jose, like your Cyrano
Yeah,
artifact
Squilla.
guy?
Oh yeah, his day job is
Yeah.
being the new bookie,
Yes.
but he also he's busy because he's learning how to defend himself, and also we need to find another stooge that can learn the same stuff as him to be a gunner for that fucking thing.
That's right.
But also his day job is going to be the new or Palabra 2.
Yeah.
So
I think that's like I couldn't remember. No. I'm getting my wires crossed. It's not the Cerneth guy that he's training.
is it Carlos's brother
It's Ricardo's brother.
or
That's-
Ricardo's
He's
brother?
Yeah, it's Carlos' brother.
Is
Ricardo's brother.
Ricardo.
Yeah.
Kasha.
I did it. Yeah, that was my
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, he's training Ricardo's brother because he was a clerk.
Unless the one that. Okay.
He was a clerk in Vatican City.
Because he's
so
a proper Mendez.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah, that's
He doesn't
right.
even have to change his name.
That's right. It's great. I mean, he could, but that would just confuse people. It's fine.
Yeah, there's already a Jose Mendez.
Yeah, no, there's Not to say there aren't 50
You
of them
will
in the
not
city.
call my brother-in-law Jose.
Hey, I'll call him whatever he wants to be called. Right now, it's fine. I don't think he wants to be a Jose, so I think we're safe.
Yeah. He works
Same
with the
layout.
Jose that does that particular function.
You know,
There can be it's like Highlander. There can be only one Jose in each function.
I know we're trying to get to the end of this arc, but if there was a chance we keep going,
Yeah.
I have a Jose I was gonna bring in as a new character.
Yeah. Oh, you were gonna play a Jose?
Yeah, but
Full circle.
with a twist.
Well,
With a twist.
Well,
So-
since it's probably not gonna happen, he's basically just gonna be he's actually gonna be just like a blatant Innish Highland or Avalonian
right.
who speaks who's basically reverse Evine.
What? So you
Just
always
super
see him?
noticeable.
Very loud.
No, he's basically he's basically a James Bond kind. He's like a upfront spy. He's like hola, I'm Jose Mendez and blah, blah,
I'm a
blah.
spy.
And it's like what the fuck? You're beat fucking red. You're not from here. And he's like, no, totally. How's your accent so good? He's like, because I'm a local. And it's like, no one has ever seen this man.
It's like fucking redhead.
Yeah. And it's like, who are you actually? It's like, oh, my name's Clint. I'm from the Highlands. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Fucking Clint.
Yeah, some shit like that. I forget exactly what it, but
My
yeah.
name is Jose O'Connell.
Yeah. It was basically going to be that stuff.
No, there are a decent amount of them.
That wouldn't surprise me.
I have a question.
There may be a chance for that, by the way, because when Jaren came into this game, was like, hey, we gotta go back to Ison as part of my character backstory. And I'm like,
I think he was. I was going to make him actually one of the guys on one of the ships. Already was like Jose Mendez, and I was like, actually, that's a good start because it's just hilarious.
There's so many Jose Mendez's. Anyway, I have a question. How much time do we have for all this? We'll just keep doing
the time, basically,
We'll hurry up and wait. I think.
as time progresses and you start to get more data from the field and more information from your agents out there, you will get more information as to troop movements and all that. But for now, it's the enemy's coming.
Oh
You
no.
know they're coming.
I'm like, I still haven't answered my question of, well, what am I doing to prepare?
You're starting a textile industry and
But I mean,
enchanting
other
those
people who
flags.
Can do those things. I mean, I can guess I could do the enchantment.
So no.
Well, the
Enchantment.
thing that your business can do is that you can, as you've learned to do, and you may, as far as you know, be the only Fate Witch in all of Thea that knows how to do this. You can probably weave threads of fate into those fabrics.
I mean, that was gonna be the idea. However, I am concerned at the price that will exact.
Oh,
Well,
Because that stuff is not something I can easily.
does it take lashes?
Well, if it doesn't take lashes, it takes something else. I just don't always know what it is.
I can give you a couple hero points.
it's probably blessing if you weave it in that way.
Well, blessing does take lashes.
Oh.
And you have a crew that can do it with you.
I hope they want to, because geez, that's gonna be a lot of pain.
They're already committed. Plus, they know the business. One of them has been around the block a few times. She knows how to exact the price.
Okay, so we'll be doing a lot of stuff then. That and training with the link and
That's the other
the ones
piece.
that don't already fight, I will at least want to teach them rudimentary
Yep,
skills and that, so things.
you get a lot.
I guess I could get my boys to help with the training.
Yeah,
If any of them want to learn something
put
heavier.
the boys to work.
Especially because I'm like
They're looking for
I'm
it.
like thinking of that old what was her name? Grenadetta.
Yeah,
If she wants
Oscar.
to use this Zweihander, that would be great. A fate witch with a Zweihander.
Oscar is at the House of Ill Repute too much. Needs something to do. He's taking the dog on too many
Yeah.
walks. That dog is fit as shit though.
Yeah,
That dog
Josecita is looking lean.
Oh yeah, that dog is like ready for races.
Well, I'm probably starting to have talks with Oscar about like, you know,
Make sure to keep
STDs.
clean.
Yeah. Hey,
Wear a fuzzy chicken.
the houses in San Felipe are all under sanction of the Jenny Guild, which
Oh yeah, no,
This
they
is-
don't
this
fuck
is-
around. Yeah.
yeah. There's fucking rules and regulations and top-notch security, and this is the good shit. The Jenny Guild in 7C is one of the best fucking thing, because think about brothels being unionized. That's basically the closest you're gonna get.
I mean that's kind of awesome actually.
Yep. The
Well,
lady
I
who
wonder if there are
runs
any
it.
fate witches among them.
I mean, it's not unheard of. There's a pretty strong collaboration back in Bodache between Fate Witches and courtesans.
And honestly, there's like one of my other thoughts of like things to do would have been just figure out how I could find some of them because more fate witches is good.
Well, you can make me some rolls in those days, and I will tell you.
Okay, I'll put that down in my things to do maybe.
So Zhenya is going to terraform, move a forest around.
Yep.
All right. Jimena, any tasks you're doing?
Jimena is going to invent the atom bomb. Just kidding.
Fuck yeah.
Don't blow up this place we're trying to save.
She said nothing about blowing
Gonna
up.
send some messages to Ison.
She's gonna do what several brilliant men in the military
Yeah.
in 1940s USA could
Jimena
not.
sends a message to Ison. She's like, Albert, I need you to come here to work on something.
I need a German scientist.
As
But no, I think him and I would be working on.
Yeah, you are trying to split the atoms.
What even is atom? I don't understand.
She'd be in
this.
her laboratory
You
working on various munitions.
You shall split. You shall look God in the eye.
See this? It looks like a bullet, but if you get shot with it, you get filled with acid. He's hollow.
We're pre-Geneva Convention.
Was it-
This is
Oh,
all
yeah.
fucking kosher.
Was it Enrique's the kid,
So
right?
it's like
Yeah.
point
The-
bullets, but
Just the whole
also-
time he's like something's inside me
Right.
feels very good with this,
Jesus.
but also very bad.
The pain. Yeah, so you have Enrique as a
Yeah.
as much as like Marcus is not thrilled about your mad scientist
It's funny
experiment.
because Marcus is like, I don't think he should be doing this, and his dad, and then his actual father is like, no, it will potentially just like
Yeah.
let
He's
him go."
spending time with a woman, at least.
He's like, let the boy live. Like, when we're back home, we fucking tent with a bunch of dudes in the cold. We bathe in a fucking river. Like, it's
Yeah.
shit. Never does anything. Like,
This is stimulating, terrifying in a way that he's not used to.
yeah.
It's good for him.
And this one, you put it on your sword, and then the people you stab, their blood starts to boil. It's great.
He's taking notes.
And this one, for once on purpose, will make something blow up.
For
You're like-
once on purpose.
The fun thing too is that he absorbs a lot of this knowledge, right? And he's already thinking of how to adapt it for when he goes back home.
Yeah,
so
he's-
you're 100% creating.
He's gonna dig up his first girlfriend and stitch her back together.
You're
That's what I watched. Was
and
Miss
you-
Frankenstein?
He was like,
That was the third movie that
Yeah.
played.
Yeah.
I was like, no, there was a third one.
oh,
you're creating Van Helsing right now.
oh okay.
Is
all right.
what's happening.
Yeah.
Not Dr. Frankenstein.
Yeah, you're creating like
Yeah,
it could be both.
Yeah.
Call
Dr.
me, call me.
I'm
Dr.
not
Frankenstein
teaching you
Van
nothing.
Helsing.
Dr. Van Frankenstein?
Yeah, Victor von Van Helsing.
You can't have a Van Von.
Yeah. Hold on.
A Von
Not
Van?
with that
You need to-
attitude.
Yeah,
Von
it's like, oh, you don't fuck apparently. Okay. It's like,
That cut-
damn.
That felt very targeted. I'm sorry. So,
Metaphorically.
So confused. I'm just trying to make roses.
I see that.
yeah,
Those
you're
are
standing by the periphery and then you got hit with a bullet for no good reason.
sorry.
This one will liquefy your internal organs. She says with a smile.
You also have that jar of black goop.
Who's
Oh,
doing
If you want to
something
do
with the
more unholy experiments
Ooh.
on this thing.
creepy weapons that hurt me?
Yeah, that's what that black goop is.
Yeah, it's distilled
Aren't they
Yeah.
still in the
fate
basement?
blades. No, they're
No,
all in
I melted them down. So
Oh,
that's what the
right.
jar of weird, bad juju black goop is. That no, Jimena is like, no, that stays in the jar.
Yeah, that,
Yeah,
you don't
like-
fuck with that.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
like, is there a way we can destroy it? I'm like, Mount
I
Doom
don't-
situation.
I feel like we have so many things to throw in there now.
Like, I don't think we have enough magic. That feels. I don't. No, it's just going to stay in the jar.
Roll me a scholarship.
Rethold
roll.
lifts an eyebrow because Rethold knows he can turn off magic
That's
Scholarship
that applies to
and
him. And so somewhere in his lizard brain, he's like, I'll just eat it.
Just scholarship.
I'll just fucking
with,
Homer Simpson on
Man, I thought
Treehouse
you were
of
just gonna stick it in a cannon and
Yeah,
try to
let's do
shoot
it
it out.
with
But
No, Homer Simpson on Treehouse of Madness, where he's like trying to eat
Yeah.
the goop,
Yeah.
and I'm like, Rethold sees that in his head for just a moment,
oh my god.
and he's like, I think I could.
Terrible. It's all terrible.
I just need to take Iron Stomach, and then spend a couple hero points.
and eat a jar of dirt.
Yeah, and then make sure I relieve myself in the hills far away from here in a very deep hole. And then leave signs for future generations that this is a bad place.
I only got 3.
Speaking of atom
3?
bombs,
Did not work out.
The logistics of it escapes you, and it's a fucking crazy plan. But you're like, if I took this goop and I shot it with that cannon that's in the bay, that shit would disintegrate.
What? I was right?
That cannon is fucking giant. It's a tiny jar of goop.
Just tie it. We just put like a fucking fishing pole in front of it and just shoot it out into space.
So with your 3, like you're like, I'm not sure exactly how to make this
like,
work, but the energy released from that cannon would basically disintegrate that goop.
Yeah.
You start to have like little schematics in your
A
head
plus
of
B
like,
equals yay.
Hence, no game show.
Yeah.
you start to have like little schematics in your brain of like, well, we want to shoot that cannon anyway, so what if we dangle it in front of the cannon with a chain, and then when it shoots...
Just like take a string and a piece of duct tape and like hang it right in front of the opening.
just you're like
Basically,
perfect.
That's where your head
No
is
notes.
at right now. It's like...
You're like,
Foolproof.
keep it simple. You know, why would you?
And you're like, next time we shoot the cannon, 2 birds.
2 stones, 1 bird.
Yeah.
One really big stone.
It's Isak. He
Yeah.
really has trouble adjusting to having only 1 eye at this point, so shooting birds with stones is a dicey proposition. Takes him 2.
That very much feels like developing the atom bomb scenario where you're like,
Yeah.
hypothetically, I know how this works.
Yeah.
Just create, when it happens, it creates one of those like
Yeah. And then your brain is like,
when they destroy the One Ring.
yeah.
It
Yeah.
blows out and
Just
sucks back in again.
It makes
Yeah.
like this satisfying sound effect.
Everyone gets knocked over.
Your brain then is like sort of extrapolates and is like, well, maybe it's not just the cannon. Like a Cerneth artifact could be the key to destroying this thing.
Well, to destroy the bad juju jar, you need a bad juju weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, we can dredge the thing back from the bottom of the bay
Yeah.
and go out to a field and turn it. Just put the jar on it, turn it on.
Yeah.
Let it
Obelisk
cook for
would
10
render
minutes.
it inert, which feasibly could also let you burn it. But you think that
But
there's
then you wouldn't
something-
have any power while you're doing it. So
Yes.
it's like,
You'd have to burn it with a torch, like a fucking pleb.
Did you get Rodrigo to do it?
Well, no, because his power. If you turn that obelisk on, nobody.
The obelisk.
Yeah,
Nobody
nobody
I
would-
thought we were
has
just talking about the cannon.
Nobody has any.
No,
No,
the horrible
it-
obelisk.
mostly-
it expanded to any Cernith.
I'm feeding the 3.
The Three Stooges with these terrible
I'm feeding
fucking.
the 3 raises of Jimena's role right now with like basically the rabbit hole that
What
she's going
if-
in.
What if we put the
What if
old?
I found a way
What if we put the old obelisk
to
in the
become
cannon?
a certain object?
Oh, wow.
What if I fuse myself
Okay, Edward.
and then I'll just be one? I can be the fire.
I don't want to have to kill you.
Wouldn't. I'd still be me. Not with the obelisk. No, that was terrible.
So
I don't like
Heinrich
that.
is still like holding
gonna
like
be
his
the Human
notebook
Torch.
and now like, he's just watching with a side eye.
So like, she's like, no.
Jimena's just like, what if I fuse the furnace into me?
What if I went full Carlac?
You will become Cernith, destroyer of worlds.
Yeah, basically.
If you went full Carlac, everyone's gonna hate you.
Right?
Which, extra benefits.
Right?
So many more romances to write.
It's a different pro. Put that in the pros.
Jimena is also playing a side game. She's playing
Oh
the
no,
Otome
100%.
game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's
Oh yeah.
playing
No.
the
Yeah. We knew that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Several of them.
So many paths to take.
Yeah. And Jimena's a replayer. She's playing every path.
Oh yeah.
It just has
I mean, that's a
different saves and loads
truth
up
of
the good
Megan.
memories.
Yeah.
Megan does that. I gave up on a game because I couldn't get. There was a specific ending I couldn't get.
Oh.
Oh dear.
Didn't matter what I did. This one fucking dude was like, "We'll be friends," and I was like, "No,
Yeah. You'll be dead. I'm gonna fucking
I
murder
don't want the
you.
friend ending. I want the romance ending. Why won't you give it to me?"
Some people just aren't into that.
I can't have you over nobody.
Yeah.
I mean, like, yeah, in real life, like, this is a fucking Otome visual
They
novel.
promised me
They said
happy ending.
Yeah. Love me, fuck boy, come on!
Oh, you've also played Stardew Valley, I see.
I mean, I would watch that show if it was a love.
That's like a modern anime title.
No, I'm
There's
sure.
not enough words in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm sure there are several.
It's an isekai subplot.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
sure
yeah,
there
yeah.
are several shows already that are Love Me Fuckboy, because that absolutely sounds like a plot. Probably like a reality show or something.
There's probably a lot of
The
pornos.
best modern isekai already.
It's kind of like
exists,
Kiss
and
Him
it's
Not
Uncle
Me,
from
but
another
backwards.
world, because it's fucking amazing. It's the other side of the isekai where this kid's uncle disappeared during like the late 90s, and then spent like years in this like fucking alternate world and learned how to do
where
magic
he had
and be
the
amazing.
saddest freaking life.
But now he's back in Japan, and he's a fucking weirdo because he's been in that
He's
fucking
lived-
weirdo, and he does like fucking magic. Like he's a fucking wizard, like in Japan, and he lives with his nephew in this tiny apartment, and they
sounds
make
great.
money because he films him and like has him do like magic
Actual
shit
magic.
on YouTube.
Yeah, nice.
He's a
And
YouTuber.
every time he talks about his life, it's sad as fuck because it's an isekai world, so everybody is like super pretty, but he's just like an average looking
Dude.
Japanese dude, so everybody thinks he's like an orc or like some kind of monster,
Yeah.
and his life is fucking terrible. But he's just like nonplussed about it. He's like, oh yeah, like they really didn't like me, and like he makes his nephew cry with like his sad sack stories.
That sounds
It's the
great.
fucking best. It's
That sounds great.
fucking amazing.
Except there's the one Cinderella elf chick that he doesn't realize actually likes him because she's Cinder.
Yeah. It's sort of like a harem because he's just like cluelessly going through life because he doesn't think anybody will like him, and like all these fantasy chicks have it in for him.
Well, he's just trying to be nice and stuff, and then they all fall in love with him.
His nephew's trying to teach him about the concept
It's
of
almost as if-
tsundere.
Yeah, it's
and-
almost as if being nice is sometimes
Yes.
how you get people to want to spend time with you.
Yep.
Oh, shock!
Yeah.
Gasp.
Anyway, I don't know.
So
what
yeah,
we're
so
doing
you
anymore.
have
Can I have the
Yeah.
fruit splash.
It's very tasty.
Splashity splash.
So yeah, now you have a ton of mad scientist experiments to play with.
Suddenly she has a lab coat.
Yeah.
She doesn't know where it came from.
With your threes, you also remember that there is a brand new Jose you can actually pull into the folds to ask question because he was the one
Oh,
filing
yeah.
the canon, and he's a Cernith scholar. So you
No, you can't talk to him. He's very busy.
I don't believe you.
You. I'm not even there. I don't know what I don't know what bullshit you get up to.
yeah.
She puts on her nicest outfit
Oh no.
and goes to find Cernith Jose.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
he Escuela?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, goes to find Jose Escuela.
Yes. He's actually in the office hanging out with Palabra and Ricardo's brother.
Hola.
It's like a nerd convention in
It's
there.
like, not you two, just this one.
Just the hand.
Yeah.
We're not playing this route right now.
Yep.
I don't need to be Shania's sister-in-law.
Yeah, Palabra kind of learned this job. So right now, as you step in, there's a lot of like the analog to these conversations is basically like Ricardo's bro is sort of leaning over and looking at this, and he's like, "Why don't you use spreadsheets?" That's basically like the nature of their conversation right now.
And
is
Palabra's
this.
like,
Wow,
Dear
my heart
God.
just skipped a beat.
yeah, and Palabra's like, fuck,
I don't.
that would be great.
But basically,
I didn't know what
he's
a
like,
spreadsheet was until this very moment.
he's like, yeah, this is nice, but why aren't you organizing it like this?
Yeah.
And then she's just like that energy.
Yeah.
I see what you're doing, but that's Stone Age, so...
Yeah.
It's like you are incredible because of how well you've done with suboptimal tools.
Yes.
Let me help you optimize.
There's like we're gonna optimize this business, my friend.
It's like, imagine. It's like, damn.
Yep. There's like office supplies getting broken in, and like there's like separators and shit.
So excited.
Just the whole thing.
So excited for my brother.
But yeah, Jose is
Flourish.
sort of to the side with
Me
this,
too.
like, reading something else. Like he's in the room, he's just not part of
Yeah.
this whole.
She goes over and she like tips whatever he's reading down, and she's like, "Hola."
Oh, hey, hello.
He's powerless.
Oh yeah, you're part of the. He sort of he looks at you and he pulls back a little because the last he saw you, you were like burning all the fucking ships.
Don't worry, I won't set you on fire unless you give me a
Today.
reason.
Oh good,
Unless you want
that's good to know.
Yeah, unless
I
you
suppose.
want me to. I have some
Unless you're into
questions
that.
for you.
Do you? I don't know much. I don't know about the plans and really
Oh, no,
like
no,
I was
no,
just
no,
assigned to the.
I have questions about the things that you know about.
All right, that
That's
would
fair.
be what exactly?
You're going to the Cyrenet things, the magic, the juju.
Oh yeah, sure. Sorry. Usually people are not that interested in that, so.
Well, I am very interested, and I would like you to come with me to my backyard laboratory, please.
Huh.
Those words together make me uncomfortable.
He looks at Palabra, like Palabra is like in a whole thread, and then he's like, "Am I about to get murdered?"
Oh no,
Maybe.
not unless you give me like I said, not unless you give me a reason.
Yeah, just outright murdering him would make it uncomfortable with the rest of the crew. You know, if you have good reason to murder him, then yeah, absolutely. But yeah,
It's like no, I just need to pick your brain, not literally.
It's getting worse the more words you say.
Yeah.
he
man's not
sort
good
of
at-
he closes his book
he's
like with
losing-
just a little bit too much force.
he's losing his confused boner.
Yeah, and yeah,
Or is he?
it's sort of like. It's
It'll
like a
pick back up
confused
again.
turtle right now. It peeks in and out. It doesn't know. It doesn't know if there's danger, so it's it retracts. So yeah, he's standing up and he's like, "All right, well, I suppose I'm being called elsewhere." And they're not listening to him. Like,
Yeah.
He just says that
They're
into the void.
deep in fucking
Yeah.
You hear
clerical.
you hear like elevated abacus.
Yeah.
What?
Yep.
Yeah. It helps you do this many calculations instead.
Yeah.
Oh, we need 2 of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just nerd shit.
Yeah. No, it's
Yeah.
basically it. It's like,
Check
all right,
out this tab.
get a piece of
system.
parchment. We need to run a list.
Ricardo's brother is like feeding clerical porn to fucking pull out.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, and the 2 of them are just having
Like-
the best time.
Yeah, they're having again the
Check out the
Renaissance
rack on this
equivalent
one.
of those fucking Microsoft Excel competitions.
Well, and now and like Carlos's brother, or sorry, Ricardo's brother, you know, isn't working for some bullshit bureaucracy anymore. This is private money.
yes,
Yeah.
This is
He can do
Yeah.
the books however the fuck he wants.
There's
exactly.
so much less oversight.
Yeah.
It's not
There's like
fucking-
0.
Yeah, I'm like, it's like, who owns the company? The guy who helped the guy in power get to power,
Little-
who's also
little do
helping
you
the
know.
president.
all the fucking like
It's like we
unsavory shit.
could commit so many war crimes.
Yeah, Palabra is
But
like
there aren't war crimes yet, right? Because
Well, I think we've done a few.
I might have done like
Palabra is like, yeah, we just bought an ironworks that has like a built-in black site.
depends on the country. I've
But
done
we're
all the
repurposing those
crimes for
spaces.
Kodachi.
Yeah. Yep.
My existing outside Kodachi is the biggest crime.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're a criminal just for existing.
My existence
That's
in general is a crime.
Yeah, both of you.
I thought it was I thought it was a
Both.
okay. Yeah, it can be 2 things. Yeah.
I am
You can't
I
have
am
two
a living
groups hating you.
blasphemy.
Huzzah!
Yeah. You can't have 2 groups hating you at the same time.
That's fair. That's
Heresy
fair.
is both a religious crime and a civil crime.
Yeah.
It's
It's
on the
punishable
books.
by death. It's just who gets to you first,
Yeah.
basically.
Good times.
I'm strangely loved by everyone.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
anymore.
It's kind of fine where
The other
you're
people
at.
are dead, so.
Yeah.
You don't have the weird hang-ups with sorcery that a lot of the Vatican countries do.
Yeah.
You just hate the Montaignes.
Oh yeah, not out of your home country. Out of your home country, you're fucking great.
Yeah.
I just meant globally.
And here, there's probably people who sneer, but Jenny doesn't see that.
Yeah.
You'll just be
When I
friendly.
walk into a room, everyone gets happy.
Yeah, they'll be friends with you regardless. All right, so Jose follows you back to your secret lab, and even though you told him you were not going to, the thought that he's about to get horribly murdered does not quite leave his brain as you go underground into your lab.
Well, this one isn't underground. The one in Liso was underground.
Ah, yeah, gotcha.
This one is in like the shed in the
Oh, yeah,
back.
there's a shed.
That's right.
And then
That's
if
But
we
this is
go,
the new-
I thought you meant the new lab at your manor.
oh well, that's still not underground. That's in. I repurposed the murder wing.
Yeah.
That's right.
So
Okay.
now that's
Right.
the lab. That's
Which is the part you shouldn't talk about. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, like, this is
I guess
really
it
cool.
would make sense to bring him to the good,
I'm
the
gonna
bigger
take you to
lab.
murder
The newer,
wing. I mean,
the newer, bigger
Yeah.
lab.
yeah, the newer, bigger
Yeah.
lab.
That
Fun
we're-
fact about this room, it fully locks on both sides, and this is where we murdered a bunch of nobles.
No, don't call it that.
Hey, Escuela,
Oh,
we're gonna
don't
kill
get
you.
that.
Yeah, yeah. This is a panic room, like, in the very literal
Yeah.
sense of it.
Yeah.
Oh, a
If
lot
you
of
get
people
trapped
that
in
panic
here,
you're
Yeah,
stuck in here.
everyone panics.
right before dying.
Yeah. But yeah, no, she takes him back to her mansion, and she's very cordial with all the staff, and like, hola, hola.
Oh, yeah. Your house staff loves you, by the
Yeah,
way.
they fucking love working there.
You get the sense that they were working for some asshole noble before, so like this is top notch.
And then we go into the lab, and there's Enrique, like weird, nervous, skinny kid, being like, "Yeah,
Oh hi.
hi."
Yeah, this is the most awkward.
He's the one who's gonna strap you in.
Yeah. Like, this is Enrique. I mean, I guess technically his name is Heinrich, but like that's boring.
Yeah, she's like, everybody's getting rebaptized out of
Yes.
you. Think of it this way, Zhenya. She's protecting them from Faye.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of the Fae. I don't think this is necessary.
No, Jimena just can't actually say Heinrich. So she's like,
Yeah.
is Enrique okay?
Not the way it needs to be said.
Yeah. Heinrich.
Heinrich.
It just ends up being Enrique, so like
Yeah, exactly. So,
Kiko here.
yeah.
Nice.
But
Yeah, so you said that you had questions about...
see. So you see this?
Enrique turns around the chalkboard that has the cartoon fucking Wile E. Coyote bullshit on it.
There's like a fucking cannon with a stick figure riding the cannon.
Plus
like
question,
this.
plus
Yeah.
sign, question mark.
There's the jar. There's multiple drawings. There's the jar like on a rock at sea with the cannon like super far away. There's the jar dangling in front of the cannon.
So before we ask you actual questions,
Yeah.
give me a vibe check on what this.
There's right.
How do these pictures make you feel?
There's the cartoon of the cannon shooting like a cartoony beam with somebody chucking the jar into the beam.
Like, and then small in the corner, there's like a picture of like it's like a stick figure, but with wavy hair, and then just like a gem in the middle, like.
All right, yeah.
Just shooting through streams of fire on both sides.
Turn yourself into a fucking Care Bear.
The fucking Care Bear Iron Man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the best.
So I don't know if you know about these, but there's these knives that are made of like this metal that if it stabs you, you go straight to hell because it sucks your soul out.
He looks at Enrique and he's like, "No, I didn't know that."
Welcome to
Well,
hell.
now you know.
Yeah.
No, you
Well,
just have to know.
apparently.
Guess what? You're not being murdered yet, but it got worse.
The fucking opener.
Oh, so good.
Oh, well, I thought maybe you would know about that.
Have you ever considered getting stabbed and going straight to Legion, kid? Because that can fucking happen to you in this world.
Welcome to the crew.
Welcome to our normal life. 'cause
So
it's every
basically, we
day.
found out that the church has those, and they use them on normal people. And we stole a bunch of them, and then I was trying to,
Liberated.
we liberated a bunch of them, and I was trying to, figure out how they work or whatever, and I ended up melting them all down into, as you can see, this jar of black goo badness.
It sort of creeps against the glass as you indicated, and he sort of steps, like, takes a couple
It waves hello like a fucking
Yeah.
Ditto Pokemon.
It's just-
I don't know how to say jar in Spanish, but mala jar.
Yeah, that's right.
But, and we were thinking, because we don't know how to destroy it, because we don't want to, risk, accidentally going to hell.
right.
We don't want
That seems
that.
bad.
I love the premises of these of these
That's a sound, scientifical.
Yeah, this hypothesis is bulletproof.
Yeah, absolutely.
100% clear.
Absolutely.
But we were thinking with your boom boom cannon that maybe this because it blew out a big hole in
My friend.
in my friend's ship and killed my friend. Maybe it would make this go away, disintegrate.
He shortens like at least 2 inches
Yeah.
the further you get into the story
You
because
killed my friend.
those knives are terrifying. You're talking about using the cannon to blow up this jar, and you're like, oh yeah, by the way, you destroyed the
I
ship.
fucking remember who
and
shot
you
that
killed my
fucking
friend
cannon.
because he's the one that was operating it.
Yeah.
So he takes him a while to just compose himself, and he's like, I guess in theory that would work. Yeah. Cyrnet technology has a lot of unknowns in it, but a lot of the artifacts can generate effects that we have no comprehension over, even with our studies of sorcery. You know how there's a lot of energy generated by certain sorcery practitioners, like say when the Montaigne ripped a hole into reality to port between 2 places, and he sort of pauses, the way Castilian magic can stoke, generate, and increase the power of flames.
She reaches over on a burner and goes, yes.
Right.
Just
Yes. There's a clear there's clear images playing in his brain at that point.
Ah, yes. Yesterday.
Yeah. Certain artifacts can generate tremendous amount of energy, and we're not exactly sure what the source is. They seem to be made, a lot of them, of stone metal-like materials, like the cannon that we had that seemed to act as a conduit. We're not exactly sure what it is. It seems like a mineral. In some ways it looks like it's alive. It's not anything that we can easily identify. We can tell if it used to be occurring naturally in nature, or if there was like a synthesis process that was made for its creation, but it all has some of that similar kind of material. So yes, I have not seen something physical that is able to resist the kind of energy output that he has. Yeah. So that would work. I mean, it would get rid of it. He sort of glances at the board. It's like it would just be a matter of how.
do you think any of these would work?
I mean, if it was me, I think I would try to secure it within the bore of the cannon itself, so it's not dangling in front.
Just gonna erase, song, draw.
Slight perspective.
You know,
Yeah.
if you set it a little ways inside the cannon, then that way it would disintegrate before the energy even was expelled from the cannon proper.
Smart. Okay, thank you. You can go if you want to. I have more questions for you later, but for now, let's go.
You see his eyes like drift over, and then he looks at the figure like in the corner. You can tell he really wants to ask questions, but he will not. He is not going to 10 feet.
The jar burbles.
Yeah.
Nobody asked you. Jimena's gonna make friends with the jar. And be like, sorry, I still gotta kill you
Just
though.
make a little happy face on it in chalk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just put 2 googly eyes
Yep.
into the black mass, so it was just like derpy.
It's
like
smooth.
It is smooth.
Yeah. So it's just like a jar of bad hell badness that just has 2 googly eyes stuck on top.
I think that's character.
Yeah. There is an extra drawing on that board that he asked no question about, and it looks like a man with a beard and clergy robes, and like the jar is forcibly fed to him. It's also scribbled in one of the corners as one of the alternatives. So yeah, he's like, well, I guess if you need me, I'll be around.
Yeah.
Nice.
I just looked at the video you posted. Amanda, 100%. This is what it is.
I love how the cops start backing up as soon as she takes her shoe off. They're like, oh shit.
Yep.
Oh, the
entire
SWAT team.
Yeah, with
the entire fucking line of cops. The
Yes.
moment that shoe is in their hand, they're like, "Fuck no."
Someone said that to me recently.
Generational.
Yep. It's like these riot shields are not gonna be enough.
Yeah, no, that shit curves like a boomerang. That's when you get them.
Gets you in the back of the head.
I saw a video the other day that was similar where it was like, what would you, like, I forget exactly what the question was, but it was basically like between like something in like your abuela's shoe, and they were like, oh.
Oh yeah, the golfing thing.
Yeah, your
who's-
putter versus your abuela's.
Yeah, it's your drive versus or
Your
who's got
driver
the better range and better accuracy, you or your
It's like, well, who's got
abuela's.
the better range? Like, oh, my driver, but who's got better accuracy? Oh, yeah, my mom's shoe.
Every time.
'Cause she can shoot that shit around trees.
No, it's no matter where you are in the house. Like
Yep.
this shit is like laser guide.
I sent that to someone else, and it was like the one girl who was like, I don't know, my mom's nice, and it's like her mom's the white one.
Probably. My grandma we didn't do the shoes, but she did have the spoon.
Yeah, I had spoons.
The spoon was like it was like those ones that the kings have, because the sight of it was enough to give the idea of power. The
Scepter.
Yeah.
Yeah, the spoon would fucking come out, and it was enough to bring the quiet. Nobody wanted to know.
My grandma just would do this. She would
Oh,
shake
yeah,
her
yeah,
hand
yeah.
at you.
Oh yeah.
And my mom had made her promise that she would never hit us, so she never actually did anything. But the threat was enough.
She didn't need to.
She didn't need to. Like, as soon as the hand came out, we were like, oh shit, we are so sorry. Whatever it is we were doing, we will stop.
Yes.
Because we don't trust this old woman to keep a promise.
You never know.
Basically.
Right.
There's a
Mom
first time
can
for
be around.
everything.
Every time.
Yeah.
Well, if I had a slotted spoon, that's just how it went.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the spoon. That spoon had like old fucking stains on it too, and I was like, this could be blood. Who knows?
I mean, it was blood.
Was it like a special spoon?
It might have been pig's blood.
It was just an old ass wooden spoon.
Yeah. I actually have one of my grandmother's wooden spoons. It's supposed to go in that that witch, but I haven't put it out.
Right.
It still brings me gentle upsetness.
It was one of those old wooden spoons. It had heft. We didn't want to know what it would feel like as a wielded as a mace, so it quieted us down. All right, so yeah, Jose fucks off from your lab at this point, not wanting to push his luck any further, so you can continue your experiments. Any other business that we want to tackle on this day and in preparations?
I mean, I've got a list of things I want to do, but I feel like I need to.
It's part of the mini game.
Yeah.
Yep, it's part of the mini game. We're gonna go in the upcoming session. We're gonna go into war planning a little bit. As you start to get information from the field, you're gonna know exactly how close Castilian forces are.
Shandy's gonna go make a new map.
Yep. Speaking of which, roll me a resolve empathy for that.
Ooh.
And Zhenya,
Okay.
as you're terraforming, and how drastic of a change are you trying to make? Are you just like moving part of the forest?
Whatever's gonna make it harder for them to come through.
Yeah, you can move parts of the forested area because it's hilly out here. Your main concern is that there's farmlands
Yeah.
like right out, and that can be fucked with too much. But you can try to bring some natural defenses around, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Trees have business. Skies guard nights.
You were talking about Gideon earlier.
Yeah.
And I was like running that search, and I found, I think, the exact image you were talking about. So for those of you who don't know, Magic Gideon. And his little side windows and bare legs.
Nice.
It's like they tried to make him kind of Egyptian, but
Yeah.
then
But he's not really because he's
But-
from a Greek.
But also
setting.
kind of
yeah, but not.
Yeah. Also
there's
kind of not.
there's a lot going on there.
Yeah, there's a lot.
But it was like, we need to see his whatever the fuck these muscles are though.
Yeah. You need those I think delts.
Yeah, side abs.
And then if you look at his beard, like he's sort of side abs. It's not like side boob, but it's like side abs. If you look at his beard too, like you can tell they're like, so he's kind of like Egyptian Wolverine a little bit.
I mean, to be fair, in the late centuries of the Kingdom of Egypt, they were run by Greeks.
Yeah, that's true. Wasn't Cleopatra
Yeah,
Greek?
yeah. All the Ptolemaic dynasty were all
Right.
because they were put in place by Alexander the Great.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like a weird outfit because that's how I remember Gideon from like the earlier. He's just like wearing,
Yeah. He
Yeah.
just had normal ass armor on,
you know.
and then suddenly he's got
But
like
it's not
cut
sexy
out.
enough.
Yeah.
God,
Come
man.
on, you need that side ab.
7.
7. All right. You rearrange terrain, and I won't have you roll. Your knowledge of warfare is high enough that you can study terrain
Yeah.
with some input from Ricardo, who's like your second in command at this point. Like you between the two
Well,
of
you
you,
put
Yeah.
yourself in a spot.
you make some sound strategic decision, protecting the
Yeah.
farmlands. There's like a bunch of hills like around where the farmlands are now. Now there's a bunch of trees atop it, so it creates like a nice little.
I figure at some point one of the hills picked up its skirts and took 2 steps over and
Yeah.
sat back down.
Yep. You hear a sigh as the hill moves. Because you're basically like rearranging the terrain like there are people at a wedding and you're
Yep.
deciding who sits where.
Yeah. No, you can't sit at that table.
Yeah, no. You need to move. There's 2 of you seated next to each other. We can't have that. That will cause shit. The moment you start drinking wine. I don't want this.
Collins, you can't sit next to your wife. Move over there.
So yeah, you do a pretty good job shifting that terrain. You take into account the fact that you have like Ison forces coming in from the north as well, so the spot where you're pretty convinced where they're gonna come, the terrain is pretty clear.
Nice.
And then you sort of look at the other points where the Castilian army may come from and build some defensible spots around that.
Oh, your life is so hard.
Yeah, I know. Just rubbing your butt over my boot. Ugh.
Ow.
Phrases you never
Dog
thought you'd say.
Yeah. Life is so difficult. Look at that face.
Can Evine invent the internet?
Oh my god.
Hey, if we're all gonna invent something,
If you
Right?
explain to me how you're doing it.
Is it gonna be like Shadow's internet? Because that's
I
amazing.
feel like Aveen is the internet.
That's like it started as a joke in my brain because I was like, "Ooh, we're inventing industries. What is it?"
Yeah.
And then I was like, "Wait, but if he can communicate through shadows,
Yes.
what if I were to spend some points or practice extending that and making it like a two-way, larger stretching for troops communication type thing?
All right. Lean into
dark
that
web.
power.
Is what you should call it.
The dark web. Yeah, of course. Of course. Fucking dark web.
Shadow.
Even is like, sweet, I can actually exchange memes now.
Also invent them.
So I hope you're prepared that during like really tough points during the upcoming battle, as you're fighting your hardest, suddenly the shadows will display a picture with white text at you. Just even sending
Here's
you
a
memes.
bunch of Modang to inspire you.
West Front got wrecked. Lol.
Yep, and it's the guess I'll die meme.
No can has.
Cavalry waiting to reinforce, and it's the skeleton sitting on the park bench.
Yep.
There's just the at least one of the like angry soccer guy.
Yeah.
It's the skeleton in the chair, and it's like
Yeah.
me waiting for Ison to show up.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, they're getting sassy on the line. Okay.
Sorry, alright, double march, General. I think they're waiting for us. I'm seeing it buzz on the dark web. Alright, roll me a wit scholarship, and then we'll keep track of that number, and it's something you're gonna have to keep working at, but you can lean into that. My suggestion to you is pull in Xavier as well. The reason for it is Montaigne magic uses blooded items as beacons when they do like teleportation. So basically you leave something that has your blood on it in a location, and then you can basically port to it. Your idea basically could use similar beacons. So you could give something to the people. It wouldn't apply to every single person, but if you could basically infuse, like, let's say a coin or something small that a person could carry, that could then act as the quote-unquote
It's a
receivers.
pager.
So basically, you would not so much invent the internet as you would invent like fucking
Cellular phone.
Radios.
like radios, like
I mean,
CBs.
honestly, I was thinking of when I was thinking about the communication issue. I was like, so what if I could permanent anchor some people and or objects?
Here's the other piece. Talk to Marlena as well. Between the beacons and the anchors, this would not work with 3 different kinds of like magic theory. But you're a scholar, so your brain can accommodate that.
You're a scholar.
I was just going straight based off shadow, that you give people blacked out jars, so there's always a shadow in there. And then, yeah, infusing something of yourself in there, like a coin or
A piece of hair.
a piece of hair or something that allows your power to be channeled into that jar.
I mean, I do have a jar full of pure blackness.
Wait, are we bringing them all together? It's all one project now.
Fucking Voltron this shit.
Jimena is gonna sell the first
God.
contraband on the dark web right now. Hell jar for sale.
I mean, it is made of magic.
Yep.
Like bad magic, but magic. Although,
It obviously has some sort of sentience. It's
yeah,
weird.
I mean, it's kind of like I don't know. You could understand.
It's gonna be our newest Jose.
Oh no.
Do you choose?
I got a 7, by the way.
Could you choose?
How much was that?
Sound like 7?
7.
7. Okay. Perfect. I'm writing this down. We'll keep adding to it.
Yep.
When I total it. And yeah, if you talk to... Basically, it will make it easier if you talk to other folks, right? Like basically getting... How did a Montaigne do it with their objects, right? Like how do they infuse part of the magic in it to act as an anchor? If you talk to Marilyn as to how she anchors stuff for
Maybe it
fate
works
magic.
like the goo from Ghostbusters 2.
Oh, yeah.
We just
The
need to
fucking
feed it
slime.
positive energy.
They'll just be happy.
Yeah.
We need the fucking Statue of Liberty. So yeah, if you talk to those, basically, like the end result will make it easier because you can understand some of that theory and figure out how you can apply it to your magic. So yeah, you're doing a legit field experiment.
I've always like, especially because I know about first edition 7th that really even more played with the thread idea of viewing fate, and so I always imagine that people are like vertices in the weave.
Yeah.
And so when I anchor it, it's like I just literally just put a pin right there.
Yeah.
But I mean, magically.
Visually, that's how I think about it, right? Like it's a weave. It's threads connecting everybody and everything.
Pepe Sylvia.
Yes.
Put a pin in it.
The fucking the crazy eyed look with the cigarette, like.
Also kind of extended what, because I have the advantage of actually being a free fate witch and can actually do things with that power
without
that
somebody
I wouldn't
yelling
be
at you.
allowed to do otherwise.
Which is good and bad because
Yes.
everybody is like, hey, that's a bad idea, don't do that.
Well, I have no one to tell me that, honestly.
Whoa? Yeah,
I'm the one who has to write those rules so no one else fucks up.
exactly.
Which is, I'm slowly working on it every time.
And then when it doesn't work as planned, it gives me dice.
Because, like, whenever I
So-
play my next character, I would like to have this thing.
Yeah.
What are you
actually
making?
exist.
The doily.
Rose petals.
All right.
For
My
Oh,
bouquet for
get-
someone's wedding.
We level.
Yeah, get 4 XP.
over Angie's wedding?
Amanda's.
Oh right. Oh right, XP.
Yeah, there's XP in this game.
Just I really need to leave sheet. This is like,
Yeah,
doesn't
you
make
kind of
any
do. Is it
sense
the original?
anymore. It is.
Jesus Christ.
Mine is my original
That thing is 6 years old. It could go to kindergarten.
one. How much XP do we
4.
get? 4?
Well, I have 30 banked now because I'm gonna.
Oh, there you go. Trade it in, become a god, see what happens.
That's kind of where
I
I'm
mean,
at. I
yeah.
have 28.
Have you not seen me?
Yeah.
I feel like at this point,
I just bank my experience points to trade in for hero points.
I mean, at this point, that's just that's your source of like I can do magic.
Yeah.
You just use them
and
to
then is
cash
gonna
in.
spend some time talking to the jar of goo.
All
and
right.
she's gonna come
We'll,
out.
we'll have you do some rolls and see if you get a fucking weird pet.
Some of the points.
And it's gonna be like this thing.
Oh shit.
This is gonna be like Jimenez, like
Jimena
that thing didn't choose.
She comes charging into the fucking safe house. Is like, guys, it's a friend.
Yeah.
The googly eyes.
It's
Yeah.
gonna become Morph from Treasure Planet.
Oh yeah.
Just
Or
in my head, like you put
the slime
like,
from a. What's that show called? It's like in the stuck in another world with my weird power where it's the guy who can basically his power is that he can shop on like Korean or not Korean, Japanese like he can make like Japanese food because he can just like he basically sees the internet.
Okay.
I don't know, but the slime from that show is the most adorable slime
It's
I've
the
ever
guy that he can basically like. He's in like this isekai world, but he can basically like order stuff. from,
Yeah,
like,
he can
Japanese
basically
food.
order stuff from like a Japanese like website. So he makes all this like amazing food that everyone's like, what the fuck is this? And then whenever they like he keeps killing all these like super OP monsters and everyone's like, what the fuck? But
The power of the internet.
Yeah, the slime and this is
it's so cool.
makes like the cutest little noises,
Say goodnight, internet.
Good night.
and then it just eats.